Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. I'm in Dragon Ball. Violently beat the god of destruction at the start. Chapter 61. Saiyans gathering place. Because of King Vegeta's rudeness, I asked Frieza to destroy the planet Vegeta. Unexpectedly, that guy Frieza did things so uncleanly that he left so many Saiyan. Beerus said coldly. Saiyan is a very ordinary race, but it is quite arrogant, even arrogant. The King Vegeta dared to give himself the most comfortable pillow in universe and the second one to himself. For this kind of guy who lacks due respect to God, he must be punished well. Whis, get ready now, let's go to the earth. Beerus thought for a while, and said to Whis. There is such a powerful guy among human beings, and he has to see the situation. And that guy also mastered destructive energy, which is not a good thing for his gods of destruction. Master Beerus, it seems that it takes 26 minutes to get to the earth. Are you sure you want to go? Whis asked. Beerus is quite lazy. I would rather stay in the gods to sleep than generally don't want to go out. For him, half an hour is extremely boring and long. Of course, you have to go. Beerus said seriously. Okay, then I'll go get ready and bring some snacks. Whis nodded, then walked out of the temple. 10 minutes later. At this time, King Kai on the planet King Kai, as well as the old Supreme Kai in the Supreme Kai world, they all felt the anger of Beerus. No. Impossible, this breath, is Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus. King Kai was so frightened that he stepped back a few times, and his cold sweat broke out instantly. I remember the last time he came to his own planet, he disliked his poor cooking skills, and then directly made his planet so big. This time he wakes up, wondering how powerful planets will suffer again. The old Supreme Kai in the Supreme Kai world seems to be no less frightened than King Kai. The rickety body kept trembling, glaring at the distance, his complexion extremely solemn. Seeing the appearance of the old Supreme Kai, East Supreme Kai, Asin and Jiepet God hurriedly walked over. The old Supreme Kai showed this appearance, it means that something big will happen. My ancestor, what's wrong with you? Dong Supreme Kai asked quietly. I'm afraid I will be scolded again. Did you not feel it? The old Supreme Kai turned his head, looked at Dong Supreme Kai Asin nervously, and asked. What do you feel? East Supreme Kai Asin was taken aback for a moment, and then quickly began to perceive the unusual in the universe. There is a very huge spirit of God, and this breath of God makes me feel a very great sense of oppression. It seems, accompanied by an innate fear. With this perception, East Supreme Kai Asin immediately said in shock. Unexpectedly, there would be such a strong chi. And, still the spirit of God. Could this be? Is this the Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus that ancestors you said before? East Supreme Kai Asin said with a horrified expression. The spirit of God in this universe is familiar to me, except for the sleeping Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus that the ancestor said a few days ago. What? Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus? No way. Jebet was also frightened, with a frightened expression on his face. Yes, this time it did pretty well. This huge spirit of God is Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus. It's just that he slept for so long, why did he suddenly wake up? The old Supreme Kai wandered back and forth with his hands behind his back. It was obviously anxious to know that Lord Beerus wakes up, almost all planets will suffer. Of course, this is not what he is most worried about. What he is most worried about is that he may wake up for a certain person, or simply for a certain thing. For example, the southern galaxy was almost destroyed some time ago. For example, on Earth 2 months ago, Chinyu destroyed Majin Buu with destructive energy. If Lord Beerus simply wakes up, it's fine. At most, just destroy a few planets. But if it is for these two things, then Lord Beerus must be very angry. So the result at that time may be even worse. Old ancestors, I feel the spirit of Lord Beerus approaching the northern galaxy. Will not. Dong Supreme Kai's expression suddenly condensed. Although I didn't say it, the meaning is already very obvious. Oh, this is what I worry about the most. The old Supreme Kai sighed. But now he can't stop it at all. If it was Son Goku, Vegeta and others, maybe he could still find a way to stop it. But the Chinyu's words, he couldn't stop it at all. Maybe now, I can only go with the flow. At this time, in the universe, two human figures gallop at great speed. It almost disappeared in a flash. Hey Whis, how can it be so long? How long will it take to arrive? Beerus asked impatiently behind Whis. Master Beerus, you have asked 8 times in 10 minutes, don't you feel annoying? Whis turned and cast a big eye at Beerus. Lord Beerus is obviously a cat, but this is too anxious. Cut, can't you speed up a little bit? I can't wait to meet that guy. Beerus said to Whis with a look of excitement. He felt very excited at this time. You must know that it has been a long time since he met an opponent that interests him so much. Master Beerus, this is already the fastest speed in the universe. Whis finished speaking and continued to gallop forward. And at this time on Earth, Bulma's birthday party is in full swing. Goku, next I want to tell you something very, very important. So you must listen carefully. This matter is not only related to the fate of the Earth, but even to the survival of the entire universe. At this moment, King Kai's voice suddenly rang from Son Goku's mind. Yo, Lord Realm King. Why did you suddenly find me, and what is so serious? Since it is about the fate of the Earth and the survival of the universe. Son Goku stepped aside and asked curiously. Because he didn't feel any strong aura at all, and there was no sense of crisis at all. But King Kai is not like that kind of person who is born out of nothing. That's it, Goku, now you listen to me well. Master Gods of Destruction Beerus has awakened, and I feel that he is coming towards the northern galaxy, and it is very likely that the target will be you on Earth. King Kai's voice is very, very serious. What, Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus, who is that? Why have I never heard of it? Son Goku was confused. He knew both Supreme Kai and the old Supreme Kai, but it was the first time he heard of the name Gods of Destruction. I can't help but explain too much to you in detail. But you must remember that Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus is the god who stands at the apex of this universe. His strength is something you can't imagine, and he controls the life and death of this universe. It's completely different from the opponent you met before. He just waved his hand and easily killed you all. King Kai's voice was a little hurried, and he said to Son Goku. This matter is really no trivial matter, and there is no room for sloppiness. Ah, there is such a strong god. Son Goku obviously didn't believe it. Because they once said Supreme Kai, they are the gods at the highest end of the universe. But in the end, it was discovered that their strength was simply average. Of course, very strong. So I have to remind you, if you don't want the Earth to disappear, don't mess with him. Remember, it's not just you, but Vegeta, and Chinyu. You can never act with Lord Beerus on your own, do you understand? King Kai said seriously again. If Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus is angered, he may destroy many planets and even the entire universe. Although I don't know how strong the so-called Gods of Destruction is. But since Lord Jawang said so, I will write it down for the time being. Son Goku replied sloppily. If that so-called destruction god is really as powerful as the Lord Realm King said. I really want to compete with her. Goku, this is definitely not a joke with you. I can guarantee that as long as you do, the Earth will be destroyed. You can figure it out by yourself. King Kai also knows that people like Son Goku and Vegeta are very fond of fighting. Especially when you meet a stronger opponent than them, you will be extremely excited. I guess it is difficult to dissuade them. But now I have brought them the words. As for whether they want to listen, it depends on the fate of the Earth. Hey, what's the matter? Kakarot, who were you talking to just now? At this time Vegeta came over suddenly, looked at Son Goku and asked. Ah, Lord Jia Wang asked me just now. He said that a guy called Gods of Destruction, Beerus, is going to come to Earth. According to Lord Jia Wang, his strength is very strong. Let us not provoke him. Son Goku said to Vegeta. But he didn't take King Kai's words to heart. The main reason is that he doesn't quite believe that there will be such a powerful god. What, Gods of Destruction Beerus? After hearing the name, Vegeta raised his brow slightly. What's wrong, Vegeta, do you know him? Seeing Vegeta's expression, Son Goku asked. Is it possible that Vegeta also knows the man named Gods of Destruction Beerus? This name is very familiar, where did I hear it? Vegeta still frowned and said. I don't know why, after hearing this name, I feel uncomfortable. Chinyu also heard the conversation between Vegeta and Son Goku. Beerus is coming to Earth. I remember he only appeared during the Dragon Ball Super League. That is a year later. Why does it appear now? Chinyu was also a little shocked. Originally, he wanted to wait for Beerus for a year, and wait for him to wake up and fight him well. Unexpectedly, this guy would wake up early. This is a strange thing. However, since Beerus wakes up early, it is not a bad thing for himself. In this way, I can fully appreciate the strength of the strongest gods of destruction. 5 minutes later, Chinyu suddenly raised his head and saw two familiar figures, to be precise, one person and one cat. The person in front was dressed in a strange uniform, holding a staff in his hand, with a large silver white back in his light blue skin, looking gentle and gentle. Behind him was a purple knees Rex cat, also wearing a strange uniform, with a thin body. Have you come so soon? Chinyu glanced at Beerus, and thought secretly in his heart. While Chinyu was looking at Beerus and Whis, Beerus also cast his gaze towards Chinyu. This made him suddenly feel a strange feeling that Beerus's awakening early may have something to do with his appearance. At this time, Son Goku, Vegeta and others also discovered Whis and Beerus. How come these two people have never met before? Did they come to Bulma's birthday party, too? Son Goku looked at Whis and Beerus in the sky and muttered to himself. But I couldn't feel any breath at all from the bodies of these two guys, they were able to stand in the air. It seems that they should not be ordinary people either. Goku, they are Lord Beerus and his entourage Whis. You must remember, never provoke Lord Beerus, remember. Just when Son Goku was puzzled, King Kai's voice rang in his mind again. Master Realm, are they the Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus? No wonder I couldn't feel their anger just now. Son Goku nodded and said. There is no way for humans to perceive God's anger. At this moment, Vegeta's body started to tremble. His face was instantly covered with sweat. What's wrong with you, Vegeta? Piccolo on the side noticed the changes in Vegeta first, and quickly asked. Seeing Vegeta's appearance, he should be scared. Could it be said that he was afraid of the two people in midair? But from their bodies, they didn't feel any strong and dangerous feeling of chi. Broken. Gods of Destruction Beerus. I remember. When I saw that cat face, a memory instantly popped into Vegeta's mind. That was when he was 5 years old, he saw the man in front of him with his own eyes, stomping his father under his feet for a pillow. And he made himself completely unable to move on the ground with just one look. Since then, the seeds of fear have been planted in his heart. When he saw this face, his body would tremble uncontrollably, and the fear in his heart instantly spread throughout his body. Vegeta, what's wrong, are they strong? Son Goku quickly turned his head, looked at Vegeta and asked. He knows Vegeta's arrogance and self-esteem very well. Moreover, the level is generally a stronger opponent than Vegeta, and he will never be afraid. Why hasn't Vegeta started doing it today? Kakarot, that is Gods of Destruction Beerus, his strength is definitely not what we can imagine. King Kai is right, we must not provoke him, otherwise, the earth will disappear. Vegeta said to Son Goku with a look of horror. That kind of fear is absolutely from the heart. I said Vegeta, when did you become so timid? I don't feel how powerful he is either. Son Goku said indifferently. Shut up Kakarot, if you don't want the earth to disappear because of this, just stand here from now on, don't talk or move. After Vegeta's voice fell, his body jumped directly. He appeared directly in front of Beerus. Vegeta's behavior surprised everyone. I have seen Lord Beerus. Under everyone's surprised eyes, Vegeta came in and bowed to Beerus very respectfully. What? That guy Vegeta bowed to someone. Seeing this scene, most people are horrified. The expressions of Piccolo and Son Goku became solemn, and it was absolutely terrifying to be able to make Vegeta such a humble person. At this time, Broly was still wiping out the food, while Chinyu sat on the chair with a calm face, watching the development of the situation. Although he knew that Beerus had an 80% chance of coming for him. But he didn't want to shoot so quickly. Yo, King Vegeta. I didn't expect you to remember me, which is really surprising. The corner of Beerus's mouth curled up, and his voice said coldly to Vegeta. When? Of course, I don't know what the hell is the Lord Beerus coming to Earth this time. Vegeta asked quickly. Today is Bulma's birthday. As Bulma's husband, he is naturally not small, so anyone can make some trouble at this birthday party. And gods of destruction Beerus was something he couldn't stop. Now the birthday party is insignificant, he only hopes Beerus will not destroy the earth. Do I need to tell you what I'm here for? Beerus obviously didn't pay attention to Vegeta, and said coldly. Then he bypassed Vegeta and landed directly on the island. Call out. Vegeta appeared in front of Beerus again. Master Beerus, today is my spouse's birthday party. Please also look at my face. Snapped. Before Vegeta's words were finished, Beerus slapped Vegeta's face with a backhand slap, patted Vegeta directly, and slid out dozens of feet directly against the ground. A ruined King Vegeta, is it worthy to have a face-to-face meeting with me here? Then Beerus said contemptuously. Hateful. Seeing this scene, Son Gohan, Piccolo and others clenched their fists, glaring at Beerus. This guy unexpectedly caused trouble for no reason, they didn't agree. Do not impulse. Son Goku quickly drank Piccolo and others. That Beerus was able to slap Vegeta with one slap, obviously very strong. Not what they can handle. That fool, dared to beat Dad, Goten, let's fusion beat him. Trunks said to Son Goten. Good. Son Goten agreed without hesitation. You two step back and let me see how strong he is. Son Goku drank Goten and Trunks back. Then he walked towards Beerus step by step. I said, you come to the earth to beat people, this is a bit too much. Son Goku walked up to Beerus and said to Beerus. The person I'm looking for is not you. Get out if you don't want to die. Beerus glanced at Son Goku disdainfully, and said. In his opinion, the Saiyan and Vegeta in front of him are too weak to be worthy of their own shots. His target is Chinyu, who has been sitting there quietly. Although you may be strong, this is the earth, not where you go wild. Son Goku's expression at this time was also serious. No matter who he is, whether he is a god or a demon, he cannot be wild on the earth. Because there are people on the earth that they want to protect. Obviously, the current Son Goku is very calm and serious. It is definitely not the Goku in the Dragon Ball Super animation. Oh, there is a Saiyan who is also worthy of being in front of me, is he speaking like this? It seems that because I slept for too long, even a small bug dared to provoke me. Beerus glanced at Son Goku, and said faintly. What he hates most is the kind of person who lacks due respect to God. The guy in front of me seemed to be that kind of person. I don't care who you are, if you want to fight on the earth, I will never sit idly by. Son Goku was not at all shocked by Beerus. Of course, with his character, even if he knows that his opponent is strong, he will never be afraid and only excited. Okay, in that case, let me see what you can do to stop me. Beerus twisted his neck and said to Son Goku disdainfully. A mere Saiyan, in his own eyes, he can't even count as a small bug. To try to challenge gods of destruction in vain, this is reckless. Then let me also experience the power of gods of destruction. Aha! Then Son Goku roared, his arms shook, and he directly changed into Super Saiyan II's form. Blue lightning continued to linger around the body, and golden chi poured out, forming a terrifying vortex. Saiyan can actually improve his strength through transformation. Beerus was obviously surprised, because Saiyan, whom I knew before, won't continue to transform. It now appears that during his lunch break, Saiyan has changed a lot. Kakarot, don't be troublesome, that guy is definitely not something we can contend. Vegeta stood up quickly and shouted to Son Goku. If it is another enemy, he will continue to fight no matter how strong it is, but Gods of Destruction Beerus is completely different. Vegeta, this is not your character. Even if you agree, I will never allow this guy to harm the earth. Son Goku said with a calm face and clenched his fists. At this time, seeing that Son Goku had become Super Saiyan, Son Gohan, Piccolo and others also clenched their fists. Ready to fight. It's interesting, since that's the case, let me warm up first, hope you don't let me down. Beerus glanced at Chinyu lightly. Wait for a while and then tidy up that guy, now let's play. Ha! Son Goku yelled again, and his body burst out instantly, directly raising the speed and strength to the extreme. Call out. He punched Beerus out. It's just that Beerus's body flashed slightly to the side, directly avoiding Son Goku's fist. Oh, did you start fighting so soon? The food over there looks good. The battle should last for a while. Let me taste it first. Whis retreated back, and then appeared directly in front of Chinyu and number 18. Mr. Chinyu shouldn't mind. With a gentle smile on Whis' face, he asked Chinyu. Of course, please feel free. Chinyu shrugged, then looked at Son Goku and Beerus. In just a few seconds, Son Goku has carried out hundreds of attacks. But every time it is estimated that there is no way to hit Beerus, and that guy still has a calm expression on his face. That idiot Kakarot, he doesn't even know what gods of destruction Beerus means. Now he is offended, and the earth is going to be over. Vegeta looked dead on the sidelines. It is absolutely impossible for anyone to be Beerus's opponent. It is impossible for him and Kakarot, nor is it possible for Chinyu. Of course, Supreme Kai and King Kai have the same idea as Vegeta. Wushu. Son Goku continued to attack, but his expression became more and more serious. Now he has improved his strength and speed to the extreme, even so, he can't reach Beerus' body at all. At this time he had realized that Beerus was indeed very powerful, and he was no opponent at all. What's the matter? Is there only this strength after transforming? The little bug is really a little bug. Beerus joked with disdain while easily avoiding Son Goku's attack. I originally thought that Saiyan would bring some surprises to him after his transformation, but now I seem to overestimate them a bit. It's not too smug, it's a bit early to say such a thing now. Son Goku gritted his teeth and clenched his fists. Ha! There was a burst of shout again, and the golden arrogance instantly mastered. The appearance of Son Goku has also changed a bit. The golden hair instantly grew longer, straight down between the waist, the eyebrows disappeared, and the brow bones were raised high. Oh, it turned out again, and it seemed a little different from just now. Beerus glanced at Son Goku and said lightly, of course, this change is not worth mentioning in his eyes, because the chi has not improved much at all. In other words, in his opinion, there is no difference in this kind of improvement. This is Super Saiyan 3, and it's my strongest form at the moment. It's a bit different from just now. The corner of Son Goku's mouth raised, and then his body rushed towards Beerus again. It's so boring. Beerus snorted, and while avoiding Son Goku's fist, a hand knife fell gently on Son Goku's neck. Bang! At that moment, Son Goku's pupils shrank tightly, returned to normal in an instant, and then fainted. The body fell to the ground. Dad! Goku! Mr. Goku! Seeing that Son Goku, who became Super Saiyan 3, was stunned easily. The hearts of all these people sank, even a little desperate. Everyone rushed over and helped Son Goku up. In fact, they wanted to help, but at the moment Son Goku was stunned, they didn't have that idea at all. Even the Son Goku of Super Saiyan 3 is so vulnerable, they don't even have enough gaps between their teeth. They are no longer able to participate in this battle. Asshole, I knew this would be the result a long time ago. Vegeta clenched his fists tightly and said with a look of horror. Now Beerus is angered, and it is estimated that the earth will not be able to keep it. Goku-san, I will treat you. At this time, Dend hurriedly walked in front of Son Goku, and then put his palms on Son Goku's chest. A burst of grass-green energy entered Son Goku's body, and Son Goku, who was in a coma, opened his eyes. Okay, so strong. With my current strength, I am not Beerus's opponent at all. The gap between us is really too big. After opening his eyes, Son Goku said weakly. With the hand knife just now, Beerus estimated that with less than 10% of his strength, he completely lost his combat effectiveness. If he wants to kill himself, it is simply a breeze. Now what? Piccolo asked. At this time, Son Goku looked at Chinyu. Even if he can't deal with an opponent, it is estimated that only Chinyu can fight. As for whether you can win, it's hard to say. I said, what's the matter with you guy? Today is my birthday party, what are you doing? Bulma walked up to Beerus fearlessly, and asked viciously. This slapped Vegeta with a slap at the beginning, and now he slapped Son Goku. I must not let him mess around at my birthday party. Woman, get out. Beerus slapped his backhand again and slapped Bulma directly in the face. Bulma was knocked to the ground and passed out into a coma. Bulma, 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 Mother, Aunt Bulma. Everyone raised their brows tightly, glaring at Beerus. This fool, even Bulma, who has no power to bind the chicken, wants to shoot. Beerus, you fool, how dare to hurt my Bulma, I'm going to kill you. The moment Bulma fell to the ground, Vegeta held his head, his cheeks rioted, as if he was extremely angry. What? Vegeta dared to talk to me like this? Beerus was obviously surprised to hear Vegeta's angry roar. Just now, I was just a promise, Vegeta like a dog, remember to say this at this time. It seems that he needs to teach himself a lesson. Asshole, unforgivable. Ha! Vegeta roared, lightning bolts fell directly from the sky, and Vegeta became Super Saiyan 2 directly. It's just that Vegeta at this time is a little different from usual. Vegeta's anger has changed qualitatively, maybe he is stronger than me now. Son Goku looked at Vegeta in surprise. Some said in disbelief. But thinking about it is right, Saiyan will produce unimaginable power when he is extremely angry. I think Gohan was like that back then. Bulma is the person Vegeta cares about the most, when he sees Bulma being knocked to the ground. Vegeta was naturally extremely angry. Goku, Vegeta is very strong now, maybe there is still a chance to win together. Piccolo naturally felt the huge improvement of Vegeta, and quickly said to Son Goku. At this time, if they joined forces, they might really be able to defeat the guy named Beerus. Well, let's shoot together. Son Goku nodded. Ha! It became Super Saiyan directly. Son Gohan has also become a mysterious form, and Piccolo has also released his own breath. Goten, I want to avenge my mother, the two of us fusion. Trunks also looked angry and said to Son Goten. Okay. Son Goten nodded. Fusion. Then the two fusion became Gotenks and directly became Super Saiyan 3. Go together. Son Goku yelled, and everyone's bodies jumped up and rushed towards Beerus. A group of stinky fish, rotten shrimp, mobs, in front of God, no matter how many you have, there is no gap. Beerus looked contemptuous. For a guy like them, even if it is 10,000 times more, he will not take it seriously. Shoo! Everyone used their full strength and launched a fierce attack on Beerus. And on the other side, Master, I'm full. Broly walked up to Chinyu and said. After speaking, he looked at the sky. Finally full. Chinyu smiled. Master, that cat person is so annoying, I want to teach him a lesson. Broly clenched her fists and said to Chinyu. Although Broly usually doesn't like fighting, his body is full of the blood of the fighting nation Saiyan after all. So when you meet someone like Beerus, the blood in your body starts to boil. Wait a moment, there is a chance for you to fight. Chinyu said lightly. Son Goku, Vegeta and others must be defeated soon. After all, Beerus has been playing now. Oh, this is the first time I have heard someone called Mr. Beerus Catman. If this is heard by Mr. Beerus, I would be quite angry. Whis, who was enjoying the food on the side, suddenly smiled and said. Angry. It's all used to it, just a beating. Chinyu looked at Whis and said with a calm smile. With his current strength, he can definitely defeat Beerus, there is no doubt about it. Oh, Mr. Chinyu means you can beat Lord Beerus. Looking at Chinyu with a calm and confident face, Whis asked. Perhaps. Gods of destruction is not impossible to defeat, what do you think? Chinyu asked with a smile. Chinyu's words made Whis unable to refute, because indeed in some universes, some human powers have surpassed gods of destruction, which is not unusual. 2 minutes later, Beerus might think that such a battle was too boring, and easily defeated Son Goku and Vegeta. It's too strong, even if you join forces, you can't win at all. Everyone felt a little desperate at this time. Because this Beerus is really strong, very strong. A bunch of annoying bugs, disappear for me. As soon as Beerus lifted his palm, a purple energy ball instantly condensed from his palm. Call out. The next second, he shot out and shot at Son Goku and others. This time Beerus did not use destructive energy, because killing Son Goku and Vegeta would not use destructive power at all. That's a bit too big and underwhelming. Whoosh. Just when Beerus' energy ball was about to hit Son Goku and others, a figure suddenly appeared, and when he slapped it, the energy ball was shot directly into the air. What? Beerus, Son Goku and others all looked surprised. Broly. Then I saw the figure of Broly. Does this guy want to die? He doesn't think he is Beerus's opponent. Vegeta looked at Broly, frowned, and said. Because in his opinion, Broly's strength should be about the same as his own, maybe not as good as his own. Now that he has stood up, what is the difference between this and death? I remember, you were one of the people who destroyed Nan Yin last time. It looks like you want to die first. In that case, I will fulfill you. Beerus glanced at Broly, and instantly recognized that Broly was the guy who fought Chinyu in the Southern Galaxy last time. These two guys are unforgivable, and now they dare to provoke the majesty of gods of destruction. We must teach them a profound lesson today. Although I don't know what you are talking about, you seem to be very strong, so I want to fight with you. Broly rose slowly into the air, level with Beerus, and said, "Things that do not live or die." Beerus looked contemptuous. In his opinion, a human being could easily solve it by himself. Although this guy seems to have a bit of strength. Haha. Without saying anything, Broly's arms shook, and he turned directly into an angry form. He also took a look at the battle between Beerus and Son Goku. The cat in front of him is indeed a bit powerful. If he was only fighting in his usual form, he really couldn't be his opponent. He is now able to completely control his power. Even if he becomes Super Saiyan, there is no problem. Open. What's the joke? That fool anger is so strong. At the moment Broly transformed, Vegeta's face changed suddenly. She couldn't believe it. Originally he thought that Broly would be as good as his strength at best, but the anger that erupted from this guy could be felt, and he had to be on the same level at all. It's terrifying. This Broly is so powerful. Son Goku and Piccolo were also shocked. Now they are the same as Vegeta, but Broly is so hidden. And Son Goku has a feeling that Broly is not going all out. Perhaps it still retains a stronger form. If this is the case, then this guy is too powerful. No wonder Chinyu will accept him as a disciple. Interestingly, you are indeed much better than Vegeta and another trash Saiyan. But it's just like contending with gods of destruction, it's far from it. Beerus grinned and smiled. What he wants is this kind of opponent, who can fight a good fight and let him release. Although I feel that Saiyan is absolutely impossible to be his opponent, but at least he should be able to warm up. Without further ado, Broly's expression suddenly became cold, and her body burst out like an arrow from the string. The speed is amazing. Even Son Goku, who has become Super Saiyan 3, did not see Broly's movements clearly. You must know that Broly at this time has become an angry form. In the theatrical version of Beat Super Broly, Broly in this form can easily hit the Super Blue Son Goku. So how can Son Goku of Super Saiyan 3 keep up with Broly's speed? It's interesting, the speed is very fast. I don't know how the power is. Beerus smiled contemptuously, then raised his arms directly on his chest. He wanted to feel the strength of this guy, whether it was as surprising as his speed. Bang! In the next second, Broly's fist slammed heavily on Beerus's arms. At the moment of contact, a force as vast as Wang Yang came directly from his arms, and Beerus's body flew out uncontrollably. He flew a full hundreds of feet away before he stabilized his body. Cut! This fool is so powerful. I'm really surprised. The smile on Beerus's face disappeared instantly. He was a bit too big just now. That's amazing. That Uncle Broly is so amazing. Son Goten and Trunks looked at Broly with admiration. You must know that none of them took advantage of their joint efforts just now. Unexpectedly, as soon as Broly came out, he would directly fly Beerus. This Broly is really amazing. Maybe he really has a way to beat Beerus. Son Goku also said with a look of surprise. He knows very well how difficult it is to repel Beerus. Well, it seems to be very confident. Especially Chinyu on the opposite side, feeling very calm. Even if Broly can't deal with Beerus, Chinyu should have a way. Piccolo looked at Chinyu, who was still eating leisurely, and said, "Of course, this is also his wish." At this moment, Beerus rubbed his fist. Okay, the warm-up match now officially begins. After Beerus's cold voice fell, his body also flashed out. I arrived in front of Beerus in an instant, and then he blasted out a punch. Broly's way of fighting is that he never retreats, nor evades. Seeing Beerus rushing towards him, he directly greeted him with a punch. Boom! The moment the two fists touched, a huge shock wave spread directly. Upon seeing this, Chinyu's thoughts moved, and an energy barrier was built directly on the entire island. Therefore, the shock wave at this level will not cause any harm to yourself at all. But after all, there are many innocent people on the island, and the 18th is also on the island, so he wants to protect the safety of these people. After the shock wave hit the energy barrier, it made a harsh buzzing sound, but it successfully blocked the shock wave. After the two-fisted, Brawly's body flew upside down, flying a full distance of hundreds of feet before stabilizing. I felt a tingling in my arm. The power of this cat man is really strong. But it's not over yet. Brawly shook her arm, a crazy desire to fight in her eyes. He felt the blood in his body start to boil. Roar! Brawly opened his mouth wide, and a grass-green energy ball flew towards Beerus instantly. Cut! This kind of thing is only worthy to stir up some dust. Beerus looked at Brawly's energy ball and slapped it with a light backhand. The energy ball was directly bounced out. Boom! The moment when he fell in Wongyang aroused great turmoil. Several small islands around were submerged instantly. Call out! And the moment Beerus shot the energy ball, Brawly's body was already in front of Beerus. Then a punch blasted over again. For Brawly, fighting doesn't need too many fancy things at all, as long as there is enough power is enough. Seeing Brawly's crazy model, money is good, Beerus was also aroused by the kind of attachment in his heart. No evasion, but the same punch to Brawly. Boom! The fists of the two shook again and the whole earth trembled violently. Bang bang bang! With one punch after another, dozens of small islands on the ground have been completely sunk by the quake. It's no way to go on like this. Before the battle is over, it would seem a shame if the earth is destroyed. After feeling the violent vibration of the earth, Whis spoke faintly to Meow. The food on the earth is indeed very attractive. So he still wanted to taste it. After Lord Beerus's battle was over, he couldn't do anything to destroy the earth. But before that, let's think of a way to protect the earth. After Whis's voice fell, with a light wave of the staff in his hand, an energy barrier instantly enveloped Brawly and Beerus's bodies. The energy barrier of tens of thousands of feet should be enough for them to perform well. Cut! Whis, troublesome fool. Beerus curled his lips and glanced at Whis. But don't forget to think about it. Anyway, after I have defeated all these guys, whether to destroy the earth depends on my mood. Hey, I know that your strength can still be enhanced, something similar to transforming something, please use it now. Don't be killed by me for a while before using all my strength. Then Beerus looked at Brawly and spoke lightly. Because he had seen Brawly and Chinyu's battle scenes before, at that time this guy was obviously stronger than now. And his hair seems to be green and blonde. Since you want to be defeated by me so soon, then I am as you wish. Brawly looked straight, and then clenched his fists tightly again. What? A low roar came from Brawly's throat. In an instant, the grass-green energy around the body directly turned into cyan gold, and the pupils also turned into gold. That breath is directly explosive. Just the breath, the shocking energy barrier hummed. Open. What's the joke? When did that full power become so strong? Seeing Brawly's transformation and feeling the immense power, Vegeta was completely dumbfounded. Originally, I was stupid thinking that Brawly's strength was at best as his own. But now it seems that he is basically a frog in the bottom of the well, with no knowledge. The power that Brawly is showing now, if he wants to kill himself, it is estimated that he can do it with just a finger. Unexpectedly, another Saiyan surpassed him now, which made him quite unhappy. This guy, it's really amazing. It looks like this is his Super Saiyan transformation. Vegeta's transformation and I are not at the same level as him. Son Goku looked at Brawly with scorching eyes, and muttered to himself. Piccolo, Son Gohan and others have already been dumbfounded. Brawly's anger is beyond imagination. In the past, Majin Buu seemed to them to be a very powerful existence, but in front of Brawly, Majin Buu's temperament can be said to be as weak as the kindergarten children. Is this all your strength? I have to say that I am really surprised that a human being can possess such a powerful force. But I still want to tell you, gods of destruction is absolutely impossible to defeat. And there is only one result of challenging gods of destruction, and that is death. Beerus looked at Brawly and said coldly. Although Brawly's voice was cold, he could clearly see the fanatical desire to fight in his eyes. You must know that Beerus is the gods of destruction of the seventh universe, and it is the top existence among all the destroyers of the universe. So he has almost no opponents, and he has never fought very happily. The strong are always alone, and Beerus is no exception. People like Zeno, Grand Priest and Angel are so strong. So he has no desire to fight at all, because the gap between them cannot be bridged. But Broly in front of him does not seem to be much weaker than himself. That's why he felt this excitement. Cut, I care what you are, gods of destruction. After changing into Super Saiyan form, Broly gritted his teeth and rushed towards Beerus again. After transforming, Broly's speed and strength have obviously been greatly improved. He appeared behind Beerus almost instantly, and then kicked it in the back of Beerus's head. So fast, even Beerus was a little shocked by Broly's speed. However, he turned around as fast as he could, his arms raised instantly, blocking him in front of him. Bang! Broly's legs swept heavily on Beerus's arms, making a low crashing sound. What? The power of horror was vented, and Beerus's face changed drastically. He obviously didn't expect Broly to be so strong. Call out! In the shocked expression, Beerus's body flew upside down. Then the body hit the energy barrier heavily, and there was a pain in the back. I haven't experienced this feeling for a long time. This guy is really surprising, but the more so, the more miserable the end. There was a cold light in Beerus's pale yellow eyes. Then a purple flame suddenly rose up around the body, burning like a blaze. Obviously, he was ready to use his true power. Whoosh! Beerus's body disappeared instantly. The speed was amazing, and he appeared in front of Broly again, and punched Broly. Broly didn't seem to be afraid at all, and also greeted him with a punch. Bang! Call out! At the same time as the fists collided, Broly's body flew upside down and hit the barrier heavily. Those who live and die, if your limit is only this, then this boring warm-up exercise will be over soon. After Beerus's disdainful voice fell, his body immediately followed up again. Directly launched a stormy attack towards Broly. Bang bang bang. Beerus's fist was like raindrops, Asazawa Broly fell over. The speed is very fast, even Broly, who has become a Super Saiyan form, still has nothing but parry and no fight back. Broly's body was continuously hit, and was soon forced onto the barrier. It's interesting, it looks like Beerus is better than I thought. Seeing that Broly has been completely forced to the point where he cannot retreat, Chinyu thought in his heart. He could be sure that Beerus did not exhaust all his strength at this time. It is even possible that even half of the power is useless. Even so, Broly has been forced to this level, which shows that this guy's strength is also very powerful. Bang bang bang. Beerus still kept attacking. Almost every punch could hit Broly's body accurately. Hateful. Haha. Broly roared suddenly, and the terrifying blue-gold flame erupted from his body again. It directly shook Beerus back more than 10 meters. You smelly cat, I'm going to kill you. Broly grinned, obviously angry from the pain in her body. Call out. Broly rushed to Beerus again. Life and death, warm up the game, it's officially over. Beerus's voice fell, and his body directly avoided Broly's fist, and then he slammed Broly's chest with a heavy face. Bang! Wow! At the moment Beerus's feet landed on Broly's chest, a mouthful of blood spurted from Broly's mouth. The body fell directly. Just make trouble in the southern galaxy against you, and destroy so many planets at once, so they should be destroyed. Beerus looked down and looked at Broly, then his palm was directly at Broly. Destroy. A deep voice came out from the throat, a purple ball of destructive energy, instantly condensed from the palm of his hand. Then he blasted at Broly without hesitation down. Although the energy ball is only the size of a fist, Beerus is very confident and can definitely destroy anyone. Including anything. It is the power of gods of destruction. Even if there are some universe humans that surpass the power of gods of destruction, humans are simply vulnerable to the power of destruction. Because the power of destruction has been injected into the power of the law, even if humans are strong, they can't compete with the law of the universe. Call out. The purple destruction energy is only 2 or 3 meters away from Broly. Whoosh! Chinyu's body suddenly appeared, and then he grabbed the destructive energy directly. Pinch hard. Burst. The destructive energy ball was directly squeezed by Chinyu and turned into a purple light spot. What? Beerus's eyes widened in vain, like 2 copper bells, with an unparalleled look of shock on his face. Obviously he had never thought that the destructive energy would be squeezed by that fool. So it is the destructive energy that has been injected with the power of the universe law, not ordinary energy. No matter how strong human beings are, there is no way to destroy it. Master, I lost and I am ashamed of you. Brawly lowered her head and said non-guiltily. Unexpectedly, the first time he played for the master, he would be defeated by others. This is indeed a very disgraceful thing. It's okay, as expected. If gods of destruction Beerus were defeated so easily, then he would have disappointed me too much. Chinyu smiled indifferently. The strongest gods of destruction is by no means an empty name. Although Chinyu said so, Brawly is still very guilty. Well, you go and rest, leave the next battle to me. Take a good look, there are other forms on top of Super Saiyan, and you will definitely reach this level in the future. Chinyu patted Brawly on the shoulder and said, Yeah, I see, Master. Brawly nodded quickly. Seeing that Chinyu really didn't care about herself, the guilt on Brawly's face was slightly eased. Then Brawly left the energy barrier directly. It's finally time for Chinyu to take action. Today, the opponent he faces is Gods of Destruction Beerus. Presumably he should do his best to fight. Son Goku stared at Chinyu tightly, thinking in his heart. It seems that today, I can know how strong Chinyu is. Of course, Vegeta has the same thought in his heart. You really have the destructive energy. Beerus looked at Chinyu with cold eyes, and said in a colder voice. In the previous video that Whis showed to himself, Chinyu seemed to use destructive power to destroy the guy named Majin Buu. It's just that I am not particularly sure. And Chinyu's shot just now requires him to be completely determined. This human being absolutely has the destructive energy. Although I don't know how he mastered it, it's definitely a humiliation to talk to gods of destruction, a great humiliation. A mere human has mastered the destructive energy that the top gods are worthy of. If you don't kill him, you will lose the face of gods of destruction. Why not? Could it be that only you are qualified to master destruction? Chinyu didn't deny it, but shrugged his shoulders calmly and said lightly. He was not afraid of Beerus discovering this. Anyway, even if he found out, he couldn't help himself. Something ecstatic. Don't you naively think that if you master the energy of destruction, you can compare it to gods of destruction? Really ignorant. Beerus still looked at Chinyu coldly. It felt like I was about to eat Chinyu. Compared with you, sorry, I really don't have that interest. Because I never put you in my eyes. Chinyu still has a calm tone. He was telling the truth. When he first came to the Dragon Ball world, there was indeed a certain period of time when he regarded surpassing Beerus as his goal. But now, I have completely ignored Beerus. The target is on Angel, Grand Priest and Zeno. But it is the calmness of Chinyu that makes Beerus even more annoyed. In fact, he can be regarded as a cultivated and calm gods of destruction, but seeing this guy's strategizing expression on his face, he couldn't restrain his anger a little. Especially he also mastered destructive energy. What an arrogant and ignorant fool. For hundreds of millions of years, no human has ever dared to talk to me like this with such boldness. Beerus narrowed his eyes slightly, but he couldn't stop the murderous intent from his eyes. That's really unfortunate. Starting today, there is. Chinyu still has a plain face. Ding. System release selection. Please choose the host. Option 1. Offend gods of destruction Beerus. Quickly kneel down and admit your mistakes, and get Majin Buu's super regeneration plus a certain probability of the 7th universe candidate gods of destruction. Choice 2. Gods of destruction Beerus is a Harry. Today I will fix him. Knock out Beerus. Get Zamasu immortal body plus opportunity to return to his own time and space. At this moment, the voice of the system suddenly rang from my mind. I haven't heard this voice for a long time. The system appeared to be when Bojack appeared 7 years ago, and it appeared again halfway through, about 2 years ago. In the past 2 years, the system has not appeared at all. Originally, he thought that fighting Brawly and killing the demon Muppet would have a choice. But there is no prompt. In fact, he had also thought about returning to his own time and space quickly. First, he must teach gods of destruction Champa a lesson. Secondly, my friends Gabe, Cafes and Kel are all in the 6th universe. I don't know how they are living now. You must know that gods of destruction Champa has a very small mind, and he completely angered him last time. Maybe she would anger other Saiyan because of her character, so Gabe and the others would still be in a dangerous situation. They are considered good friends of their own, so Chinyu naturally doesn't want them to be injured. It's fine now. Since there is an opportunity to return to the time and space of my own life, I certainly won't miss it. First of all, the system has to admit to gods of destruction itself. The choice this time is actually the same as Champa's choice. This kind of thing is naturally impossible. Remembering that you want a Beerus to fight well, then it is absolutely impossible to admit your mistakes. In fact, the so-called super regenerative ability, and what immortality is, does not have much appeal to him. With his current strength, gods of destruction is absolutely impossible to kill himself. And those who can kill themselves can completely ignore their immortality. So it's useless. The only thing he values more is the ability to return to the main time and space. I choose to. Chinyu directly chose one of the following. Humph. Are you scared, stupid? The big talk just now is so full, I thought it was really capable. Seeing Chinyu motionless, Beerus said coldly and mockingly. In his opinion, Chinyu was absolutely frightened, so he didn't say a word. There are too many scrapped words, let's get started. After making the choice, Chinyu looked at Beerus. I know that you, like the Saiyan just now, can transform to improve your strength. Transform now, Beerus said impatiently. Okay. Chinyu nodded, then shook his arms sharply. Ha! Accompanied by the roar, the cyan gold flame of never burst out directly from Chinyu's body, soaring into the sky like a sword in an instant. Although they are both in the legendary Super Saiyan form, Chinyu's aura is much stronger than Broly. It turns out that the two guys Chinyu and Broly belong to the same kind of Saiyan, no wonder they are both so strong. Seeing Chinyu also changed into the same form as Broly just now, Son Goku said in surprise. It seems that their Saiyan bloodline is much better than that of themselves and Vegeta. Although it is the same kind of transformation, Chinyu is much stronger than Broly. I don't know if he can defeat Beerus, Piccolo commented aside. Although Chinyu and Broly are both terrifying, but they haven't reached the realm of gods, so they can feel their anger completely. It seems better than the guy just now, but even so, he is not qualified to challenge me. Beerus's cold voice fell, and purple flames surged around his body. Shoo shoo. The two were quite in agreement, and their bodies burst out at almost the same instant. The moment the two fists collided, the entire energy barrier shook violently, making a harsh buzzing sound. The bodies of Chinyu and Beerus are backed by hundreds of feet, and neither seems to take advantage of each other. Sure enough, much better than the guy just now. It's really comfortable, come again. Beerus's cold face became excited because of a collision. This is the battle he wants. Shoo shoo. The two of them rushed towards each other again without an appointment. Boom boom boom. The battle between the two is almost without any fancy and energy confrontation, it is completely physical confrontation. At this moment, the fists, elbows and knees of the two men turned into sharp weapons of attack, and they were constantly touching each other. A series of thunder and lightning were produced directly from the expansion, lingering around the two of them. It seems that Lord Beerus will definitely win the game even if he wins the game in the end. Maybe. I can't win. Whis also stopped enjoying the food at this time, watching the battle between the two seriously. Chinyu's strength seemed to be stronger than he thought. There is one thing Mr. Beerus may not know, but he knows it. That is Chinyu above this kind of transformation, there is a stronger transformation. Son Goku, Vegeta and others also watched the battle intently. For them, this battle was too intense and too exciting. Boom. The confrontation between the two continued. After a full 5 minutes, the two people separated under the terrifying power confrontation. At this time, there were some scars on both Chinyu and Beerus. Happy, I haven't fought so happily in hundreds of millions of years. But I can only tell you, unfortunately, that I haven't even used 30% of my power now. Beerus looked excited, then stretched out 3 fingers and said to Chinyu. Is that right? Then I'm sorry to tell you, now I don't even use 10% of my strength. Although Chinyu has some scars on his body, such injuries have no effect on him at all. And he has just gained the immortal body, so as long as it is not directly destroyed by the destructive energy, it is impossible for Beerus to kill himself. More importantly, he now has the destructive energy, so the destruction of Beerus can't threaten him at all. Cut, arrogant fool. In this case, let me see all your power. Beerus was quite excited just now, but after hearing Chinyu's arrogant words, his face instantly became unhappy. I've seen someone who can brag, and this is the first time I have seen. Listening to what he said, it seemed that he was not his opponent. With all the power, I am afraid that I will kill you as soon as I faint. I will let you feel despair a little bit. Chinyu's face became serious a little bit. Next, the legendary Super Saiyan full power form, look good. Chinyu clenched his fist, looked at Broly on the island, and said. Obviously Chinyu wants Broly to see clearly, which will also help him transform into this form in the future. The terrifying arrogance instantly erupted like a flood bursting a bank. The cyan gold arrogance completely turned grass green. Chinyu's body swelled in a circle, his muscles were very strong, and his hair turned grass green. The only thing that hasn't changed is that the pupils are still golden. In fact, Chinyu doesn't like this full power form very much, first of all because of the color of the arrogance and the color of the hair. The second is the growth of muscles, which always seems to be uncomfortable. In contrast, the form of Chuan Chao 1 and Chuan Chao 2 made him more like it. Sure enough, can you improve your breath? But at this level, it seems that it was just bragging. Seeing Chinyu's transformation, although Beerus was surprised, he didn't have any other expressions. Because of this degree of transformation, he still won't be his opponent. Next, you can take a good feel of the battle. Chinyu's voice just fell. Call out. The body suddenly disappeared. It disappeared completely in an instant. Not only was the body invisible, but even the breath completely disappeared. What's going on? After feeling the breath of Chinyu, a panic appeared on Beerus's face. This made him a little dazed. Chinyu's speed was very fast just now, but there was no way to make his chi disappear. But now, it has completely disappeared. Bang! Just when Beerus was surprised and panicked, Chinyu's right foot burst out of the air and kicked it directly in the face of Beerus. Beerus' body was swept away. What happened? Piccolo asked with a dazed look. The ghost knows what happened, do you see clearly? Kakarot. Vegeta shook his head, and said depressed. I didn't see it at all, even the anger seemed to disappear in an instant. Son Goku also shook his head, and he was shocked in his heart. Whis frowned slightly. Chinyu has mastered the time ability. Chinyu's mastery of time ability really surprised Whis. You need to know that time ability is an ability that even gods of destruction can't master. Even as Angel, you can only trace back time for 3 minutes. It seems that Master Beerus's odds of winning are already less than 30%. Whis commented again. If it were before, Lord Beerus might still have a 60 to 70% chance of winning. But now that Chinyu has mastered the time ability, Master Beerus' odds of winning will be greatly reduced. But, what the hell did this fool do just now? Why can't I catch his anger at that moment at all? Beerus's face was very bad. You must know that in battle, the most taboo is not to feel the enemy's movements and directions. And he was in such a situation just now. It seems that increasing the flash power to a time length of 0.2 seconds has indeed undergone a qualitative change. Chinyu thought secretly in his heart. Previously, the flash power rewarded by the system was only 0.1 seconds. But in the past few years, in addition to cultivating basic combat power, he is naturally also cultivating other abilities. The flashing power has also been improved to 0.2 seconds in the past 7 years. Although it sounds like only a 0.1 second increase in the length of time, you must know that in a real master contest, even 0.01 second can determine the outcome of the battle. The strength of Chinyu and Beerus has obviously reached the ranks of masters. In that case, let you enjoy it again. The corner of Chinyu's mouth raised, and his body burst out instantly. Almost at the moment when his body flashed, Chinyu's body disappeared again. Completely disappear. Bang! The next moment, Beerus was hit again and his body flew out. Bang bang bang. In 1 second, Beerus was directly hit dozens of times. The corners of his mouth have oozes traces of blood, his image is a bit embarrassed, but his eyes are filled with angry flames. The waste thing, dare to make gods of destruction so embarrassed. In any case, I will never let you go. Absolutely not. What? Beerus roared angrily, and then his arms shook suddenly, and a terrifying purple flame suddenly rose into the sky. The purple arrogance is as high as hundreds of feet, and Beerus's divine aura has increased dozens of times in that instant. Oh, have you improved your strength? I just don't know if you can dodge my flashing power after improving your strength. Regarding Beerus's promotion, Chinyu did not feel any surprises. If the strongest gods of destruction only has such a little power, that would disappoint me too much. Come on, little bug, next I will let you feel the true power of gods of destruction. By the way, let you know the fate of angering gods of destruction. Beerus clenched his fists, his eyes were extremely cold. For hundreds of millions of years, I have never been so embarrassed by a human being. This is definitely a huge insult to him. Humanity. You should be stepped on by gods of destruction. This is an eternal law. It used to be the case, and there will be no change in the future. Do you anger the end of gods of destruction? I really want to see it. I just hope you, gods of destruction, don't let me down too much. After Chinyu's flat voice fell, his body flashed out again and disappeared instantly. It disappeared again. What the hell is going on? Logically speaking, even if Mr. Chinyu's strength is strong, he cannot completely let his anger disappear. Piccolo and others have opened their mouths in shock, and Chinyu's state at this time has surpassed their knowledge of chi. Because even if Chinyu hides his anger when attacking, he shouldn't be completely unaware of it. I think Chinyu disappeared just now and it is completely unusable. I will explain it quickly. Perhaps he used some other abilities. Son Goku still stared at Chinyu's body closely, and said in a low voice. What did you mean by what you just said? Kakarot. Hearing the crying whisper, Vegeta hurriedly asked. He was also very curious about how the other senior executives did it. I think he should have mastered certain abilities that can travel through space or jump through time. That's why it disappears completely at that moment, and I can't even feel the breath. Son Goku continued to speak quietly. If it's fast, its instant transmission speed is also very fast, but it can't hide its breath. Shuttle space, jump time. How is this possible? Is Chinyu really so perverted? Vegeta, Piccolo and others all looked at Son Goku. They still believe in Son Goku's words, after all, among them, the strongest is Son Goku. Don't bother you so much, just guess at random. After the battle between Chinyu and Beerus is over, do we know if we ask? Indeed, he himself was just guessing, not very sure. At the same time, Chinyu's fist slammed into Beerus' face again. Only this time, Beerus avoided the past. Do you think you can succeed again and again with the same trick? After avoiding the attack, Beerus snorted and kicked Chinyu directly. This kick contained his resentment towards Chinyu. Bang! Beerus' feet landed precisely on Chinyu's chest. Chinyu suddenly felt tight in his chest, and his body flew upside down. After flying out of tens of thousands of feet, he hit the energy barrier heavily. Is this Beerus' Ultra Instinct? It's really interesting. Chinyu rubbed his chest, but a faint smile appeared on his face. Such an attack has no effect on him, of course, it just feels a little bit painful. Is it absolutely impossible to hurt yourself? Since Beerus was able to dodge his flashing skills, it was obvious that he had already used Ultra Instinct just now. It's just that Beerus' Ultra Instinct is not perfect, so there is no threat to it. Call out. Beerus' body suddenly appeared in front of this Chinyu. Putting his hands on his chest, with a smug look, he said to Chinyu, it seems that your ability just now has failed. What else do you have? Show it to me. Seeing Beerus's hoarse expression, Chinyu looked relaxed. Then he said with a sneer, isn't it the Ultra Instinct who has mastered half of the water? It's even pretending. You don't naively think that I can't deal with you after avoiding my flash time skills. Chapter 71. Beerus's free-level mental skills are only half-hearted, and they haven't reached perfection yet. And Ultra Instinct has reached perfect form. Although there is no such thing as angel, Ultra Instinct has become the norm. But after so many years of practice and research, even if you use Ultra Instinct, it will not have much impact on yourself, and your physical energy consumption will not be very large. You know Ultra Instinct. I have to say, you really surprised me. A human being can reach the level of gods of destruction, and also master the energy of destruction. Now even Ultra Instinct knows it. But you know what can be done with Ultra Instinct. In the next time, you will only be beaten unilaterally. Although Beerus said he was surprised, he was proud of it. Ultra Instinct is the bottom of its own chassis. The reason why its strength is stronger than other gods of destruction. Mainly because of Ultra Instinct's credit. Among the 11 gods of destruction in other universes, no one can comprehend Ultra Instinct, which is why he is stronger than them. Then I will see how you beat me unilaterally. Chinyu shrugged and said to Beerus. Death and life, look for death. Beerus grinned, and his body suddenly appeared. At the moment Beerus flashed, Chinyu suddenly closed his eyes. While closing his eyes, wisps of dazzling aura suddenly swirled around his body. Chinyu's body instantly regained its normal size, and the silver lines in his aura continued to surge upwards. And Chinyu's hair also turned silvery white in an instant. What? This is impossible, absolutely impossible. Seeing Chinyu's change at this time, Beerus, who was planning to attack, suddenly stopped, and his body was stunned in the air. He opened his eyes wide, and there was an incredible look in his eyes. Freedom. Extremely gong. Quote, impossible. Absolutely impossible. A comprehension that even the gods can't reach. This human being can reach it, what's a joke? Beerus was completely dumbfounded at this time, his head shaking like a rattle. Their gods of destruction are all old monsters that have lived for hundreds of millions of years or more, and even they can't fully master Ultra Instinct. Now a human being only a few dozen years old, since he cast Ultra Instinct in front of him. Isn't this a joke? What happened? Chinyu's chi has turned silver, and his hair has also turned silver. Is this also Super Saiyan's transformation? Vegeta looked horrified, as if he was alive. As for Piccolo and Son Gohan, they seemed to be a little dull. The shock that Chinyu brought to them was too big, too much. No, it shouldn't be Super Saiyan's transformation. Don't you feel it? The rainy air hasn't risen at all, but it's very calm. It's a bit scary to be calm. Son Goku shook his head, also very, very shocked. However, although Chinyu's chi did not increase as much as he became Super Saiyan, he still gave himself a huge sense of oppression. And looking at the look of Beerus, Chinyu must become stronger at this time. But what is going on in this form? Chinyu, what kind of power is hidden in his body, and how many secrets they don't know? Oh, it's unbelievable. Chinyu is just a human being. He has realized the extremely easy work of freedom, and his Ultra Instinct has reached perfection depending on the point of view. Even Whis, who had always been very calm, had a stunned expression on his face at this time. To know the realm of Ultra Instinct, isn't it so easy to comprehend? Among the 12 gods of destruction, only Lord Beerus understood Ultra Instinct alone, and it was still imperfect Ultra Instinct. The other 11 gods of destruction did not even reach the level of entry. And beside gods of destruction, there is Angel who has mastered perfect and easy skills. It should be learned faster. Without Angel's guidance, it can be said that humans would never know the realm of Ultra Instinct. This guy, Chinyu, has destructive power first, and then time ability. Now even Ultra Instinct has reached a perfect state, which is really surprising. I said before that Lord Beerus might have a 30% chance of winning. But now it seems that there may not even be the third floor. And just when everyone was shocked, Chinyu's eyes suddenly opened. The pupils turned directly into silver gray, very sharp. What's wrong, Beerus? You seem very surprised by your appearance. Is this Ultra Instinct you are proud of? Chinyu raised his hand, looked at the dazzling aura around his hand, and asked faintly. No. Impossible, you are just a small human bug. How can you master the perfect and easy skill? Beerus still shook his head, he didn't want to believe it was true. Little bug, you will soon know who is the little bug. Chinyu's tone is still very calm. Suddenly, the body disappeared in an instant, leaving only a few bright auras in place. Bang! The next moment, Chinyu's fist fell directly on Beerus's belly. Almost as soon as his fist fell on Beerus's abdomen, Beerus's body shot out like an arrow from the string. Then it slammed directly on the barrier, making a harsh collision sound. Wow! Beerus hugged his belly and vomited. The power of this punch is really too amazing, it is not comparable to the previous attacks. Okay, so strong, the chi has not changed at all, but the strength seems to have increased countless times. For money, Son Goku and others were dumbfounded. It turns out that there has always been a monster living on the earth. At this time, using a monster to describe Chinyu is really very appropriate. A Saiyan was able to beat gods of destruction with all his cards. What is it if this is not a monster? Whoosh! Straight. Chinyu appeared in front of Beerus again, looked at Beerus who was vomiting, and said in a calm tone, "The strongest gods of destruction, can't I even take a punch? If this is the case, you gods of destruction are really vulnerable." Although Chinyu's tone was calm, the awkwardness and disdain were very obvious. The little bug that lives and lives is absolutely unforgivable. Beerus's face was completely ashen, and he roared out in anger. Unexpectedly, today, I was so humiliated by a human being. I absolutely want to kill him to vent his anger. Absolutely. Unforgivable. Beerus's crazy roar sounded again, his fists suddenly clenched, and his arms pulled apart. The horrible purple flame, like a sword of chi, directly soared into the sky. This time, he used all his strength. Because the human being in front of him is indeed beyond his imagination. And he was very angry at this time, he wanted to kill Chinyu to vent his anger. "Oh, looks like you are ready to go all out." Chinyu stepped back a little, and said calmly. "Destroy." A deep voice came from Beerus's mouth. Then countless purple destructive energies appeared directly beside Beerus, about 100, densely packed. "Die me." Beerus's cold voice fell, and those purple energy balls blasted towards Chinyu directly. "I think you were dazzled by anger, right? Being able to restrain the destructive energy of everything happens to have no effect on me," Chinyu said lightly. Then suddenly countless afterimages appeared in the body, like a clone, shuttled through the purple energy ball. Whoosh! The next second, Chinyu's real body suddenly appeared in front of Beerus. Then a punch was blasted out. This time, Beerus, who used all his strength, clearly saw Chinyu's movements. It was also a punch to Chinyu. Boom! The fists of the two collided heavily. A terrifying shock wave spread immediately. Hum! The condensed energy barrier of Whis was stunned by the shock wave, making ear-piercing hums. The violent shaking seems to be directly destroyed at any time. Counting the moment of the collision, Beerus's body retreated dozens of steps, while Chinyu's body only retreated a few steps. Even if Beerus went all out, the gap between the two had obviously been widened. Chinyu's basic combat effectiveness is already very high. Now that Ultra Instinct is used, it is far from being comparable to Son Goku's easy skill in Dragon Ball Super. And after 7 or 8 years of practice and research, Chinyu is more comfortable with Ultra Instinct. Impossible. I have already used all my power, why is there still such a big gap between him and him? Is this fool really so powerful? Is it above gods of destruction? Beerus, who had been dazzled by anger, also began to regain his senses at this time. Slowly he also discovered the gap between himself and Chinyu. Destructive energy is useless for Chinyu at all. And Zge Gong himself only comprehend the imperfect form, but Chinyu has mastered the perfect Ultra Instinct. This is the gap between them. Although he didn't want to believe it very much, the facts were before him. Still in a daze at this time, "You are too careless, Beerus." As Beerus was thinking, Chinyu's faint teasing sound rang again. Bang! Before the ridicule completely subsided, Beerus suddenly felt a pain in his face and flew out of his body. Half of the face instantly rose up, and there was a trace of blood on the corner of his mouth. "You ah!" Beerus apparently had never been so humiliated before, and he cried out angrily. "Call out. This time, I will completely destroy you." Beerus's body jumped up and appeared directly at the commanding height of the energy barrier. Lifted high with one hand, a terrifying orange-yellow energy ball is condensed from the palm of the palm. Almost in the blink of an eye, the energy ball becomes the same size as a football field. "Destroy me, humans!" The angry voice echoed in the barrier, and the orange energy ball in Beerus's hand blasted directly towards Chinyu. "It's really troublesome, let's solve it completely." Chinyu's eyes suddenly became firm. He clenched his fists tightly, and the dazzling aura all over his body instantly rose, and he slammed on the ground. "Call out." The body was launched like a rocket. "Mr. Chinyu, what is he doing?" That guy rushed directly into the energy ball. Looking at Chinyu's actions, Son Gohan, Vegeta and others frowned. Although Chinyu may have some upper hand, it is still very dangerous to directly rush into such a terrifying energy ball. Is he so confident? Oh, looks like Lord Beerus is about to lose. I hope Chinyu will not do anything outrageous by then. Whis also stared at Chinyu and Beerus closely. At this time, he would naturally not think that Chinyu is dangerous like Vegeta and others, but Beerus. Beerus is estimated to be defeated soon. This should be a very big blow to Beerus. Call out. In the barrier, Chinyu's body directly penetrated Beerus's energy ball. Burst. The huge energy ball exploded instantly, just like a planet explosion, and orange energy beams hit the energy barrier. The energy barrier instantly fluctuated. After Chinyu smashed the energy barrier, his body did not slow down, and then he hit Beerus's jaw with a punch again. Beerus was smashed into the air again. Beerus seemed to be angrily unable to say those threatening words, and just looked at Chinyu with his eyes burning with raging flames. I can't wait to eat Chinyu directly. You are too weak, Beerus. Originally I was still young, you can bring me some fighting fun, it seems I am thinking too much. Chinyu looked at Beerus calmly, and said lightly. Indeed, Beerus seems to be much weaker than he thought. Of course, it is also possible that one's own improvement is too huge. After all, 10 years ago, Chinyu was able to defeat Champa. In the past 10 years, Chinyu not only broke through Super Saiyan 2, but also researched and transparently studied Ultra Instinct. Coupled with the magical flashing power, Beerus does appear to be relatively weak. Call. Chinyu breathed out slowly. Then the bright aura around the body disappeared little by little, and Chinyu's hair also turned black, apparently leaving the realm of Ultra Instinct. What's the matter? Why did Chinyu suddenly become normal? Perhaps because he thinks Beerus is too weak now. Or, this kind of transformation consumes physical energy and can't be maintained for a long time, right? Outside the barrier, Son Goku and others looked at Chinyu returning to normal and guessed. Ha ha ha, little bug, what's the matter? Is it because Ultra Instinct consumes too much physical energy, and now there is no way to maintain Ultra Instinct's form? Seeing Chinyu return to normal, Beerus suddenly laughed. In his opinion, Chinyu must be unable to maintain the Ultra Instinct form for a long time. After all, Chinyu's Ultra Instinct is quite energy consuming. Since he can't maintain the Ultra Instinct form, he has a chance. Mentally retarded. Even if I don't use Ultra Instinct, I can still cry you. Chinyu glanced at Beerus with disgust, and said, really, I think you are now at the end of the battle. Without Ultra Instinct, I want to see what you use to defeat me. Beerus sneered again, because in his opinion, Sunny Rain definitely caused his rapid consumption of physical energy because of the use of freedom. Now it is estimated that it is not only Ultra Instinct he can't perform, even the previous voice change may not be able to do it. Before I thought gods of destruction Beerus should be a smarter and wise gods of destruction, but now it seems that you are a bit stupid than your good brother Champa. Chinyu looked at Beerus with a sullen look, and shook his head disappointedly. Maybe Beerus is so angry that he is a little nervous. Of course, if you only become Freedom and Extreme Yigong for the first time, you may really be unable to continue fighting for a long time. But I have mastered the perfect and comfortable 10 years of work. What, you still know Champa? Cut, but you fool, you compare me with that dead pig. For this, I won't forgive you. Beerus was surprised at first, then clenched his fists tightly, and said viciously to Chinyu. Although he and Champa are twin brothers, they have never been able to get along. And his strength far exceeds Champa. Now this thing compares himself with Champa, and even says he is inferior to Champa. How can I stand this? Just at your previous rudeness to gods of destruction, now I will let you disappear completely. Beerus clenched his fist and attacked Chinyu. For Chinyu who didn't transform or cast Ultra Instinct, he could kill him by kissing Song Song himself. Stupid things. Then I will give you my true power. Seeing Beerus rushing towards him, Chinyu suddenly clenched his fists. Ha ha, suddenly roared out. At that moment, the sky and the earth changed color instantly, and a series of terrifying golden lightning fell directly from the sky. Rumble. It seems to be an apocalyptic scene. Su su su. And around Chinyu's body, a terrifying golden arrogance appeared directly. The body that Beerus had just rushed over was directly shook back 2 or 3 steps. No. Impossible, his stamina should be exhausted by Ultra Instinct. Why did such a powerful force explode in his body again? Looking at the changing color of the sky, Beerus's eyes were as big as copper bells. He was indeed completely shocked, dumbfounded. I thought that Chinyu's stamina had been completely consumed, but now it seems that this guy's stamina hasn't dropped at all. What is the problem? At this time, Son Goku and others on the ground were all horrified. Is this Chinyu's power? It feels that it's not just the Earth, it seems that the entire universe is shaking. It's like the end of the world, what a monster. Son Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo and others opened their mouths wide and couldn't believe it was true. And at this time in the Supreme Kai world, the entire Supreme Kai world was shaking violently. My ancestor, who is this Chinyu? He just raised his breath and made the entire God realm tremble. East Supreme Kai Asing looked scared and horrified, and asked the old Supreme Kai. This is something that has never happened before. Moreover, the dignified gods of destruction was actually bullied by Chinyu to such a point. How do I know? How long did I just wake up? You, as the Supreme Kai of this universe, don't you know when he appeared? Such a powerful human being has lived in the 7th universe for so many years, you didn't find it at all when you came in. The old Supreme Kai turned his head to face Dong Supreme Kai, and Wang Shen just sweared. This Chinyu is really strong, and even the strongest gods of destruction in the universe, Lord Beerus, is not his opponent. And now, just relying on the breath can make the entire God realm tremble. You must know that the God realm is not in the universe, but is similar to the existence of the underground palace. Dong Supreme Kai Asing looked embarrassed and stopped talking. Old Supreme Kai, I think that Chinyu is very powerful. If he defeats Lord Gods of Destruction Beerus, does it mean that this time the disaster of the universe is over? Jebet asked. Because the old Supreme Kai said before, the appearance of Beerus this time may cause a lot of planets to suffer. But if he is defeated by Chinyu, maybe there will be no such thing. Fool, if Beerus-sama is really defeated by Chinyu, then the situation will only get worse. Master Beerus is the gods of destruction of the universe. If he is defeated by a human being, it would be a huge humiliation. He will definitely vent. Old Supreme Kai said very solemnly. If Beerus-sama can't beat Chinyu by that time, and then vent this anger elsewhere, it will be quite dangerous. At this moment, Chinyu has completed his transformation. At this time, Chinyu's hair and the arrogance around his body have completely turned pure gold, and the pupils are also the same color. 0. The whole body was shining with golden lightning. I'm optimistic about Broly. This is the second order transformation of the legendary Super Saiyan. After becoming Super Saiyan 2, Chinyu said to Broly. I see, Master Chinyu. Broly nodded with excitement. Too strong, Master Chinyu is too strong. He is the target he is chasing after. Too strong. Mr. Chinyu, is that a transformation of Super Saiyan 2? It seems a little different. Son Goku swallowed hard and said with a dull look. Perhaps for him, that is the transformation of Super Saiyan 2, but it is qualitatively different from our transformation of Super Saiyan 2. Son Goku explained. Maybe even 10,000 Super Saiyan 2 like him are not Chinyu's opponents. Is this the blood gap? It's you. It's really you, the rival of my dreams. The legendary Super Saiyan. Beerus looked at Chinyu at this time. There was a look of horror in his pupils, and his body trembled slightly. That's right, the Chinyu in front of him is exactly the same as the legendary Super Saiyan, the rival that appeared in his dream. Originally, he didn't believe it at all. He didn't believe that anyone in this universe would be the opponent of gods of destruction. But now, that dream seems to be fully realized. Rival in the dream. Seeing Beerus's shocked face and a somewhat horrified look, Chinyu seemed to understand what was going on. Originally in the Dragon Ball Super Original, Beerus should only wake up a year later. It was because of a dream that his rival Super Saiyan God appeared in the dream. But listening to what Beerus said just now, his dream rival turned out to be the legendary Super Saiyan. It should be his own appearance, which slightly changed the plot of this time and space. Well Beerus, as you said before, this boring battle should be over. Chinyu didn't care about Beerus foreseeing dreams. He had some hopes for Beerus before, but now it seems that his expectations for Beerus are a little too high. This guy is not his opponent at all. After becoming the legendary Super Saiyan 2, the strongest gods of destruction Beerus, there was fear in his eyes. 843 This is something I didn't expect. But it's not that difficult to understand that this guy will be afraid when he sees Xeno and Grand Priest's cowardly performance. But, I'm a dignified gods of destruction, how can I feel scared? He is just a human being. Beerus's eyes kept changing, and his fists clenched tightly. No, how could one show timidity in front of a human being? I won't be afraid of you, I don't care about predictive dreams. Beerus gritted his teeth and used a fierce expression to hide the fear in his heart at this time. I didn't ask you to be afraid of me, Chinyu said lightly. Call out. In the next second, the body burst out, seemingly faster than when Ultra Instinct was used. Appeared in front of Beerus almost instantly. Then a hand directly pressed Beerus's head. Beerus's body directly hit the energy barrier, and then Chinyu's right knee came up heavily. Bang! Click! The moment his knee was pressed against Beerus's abdomen, a clear crack appeared directly in the energy barrier behind Beerus. Wow! A mouthful of purple blood spurted out of Beerus' mouth. Bang! Click! It was another heavy knee that hit Beerus's abdomen, and the energy barrier suddenly shattered like glass. And Beerus's breath wilted instantly. The current you are really too weak, and the weak are not even interested in killing you. Chinyu grabbed Beerus's ears and sneered and said to Beerus. Beerus's face was already like pig liver at this time. This kind of humiliation made him feel more uncomfortable than killing him. Get out! Chinyu shook it casually, and Beerus's body was thrown directly in front of Whis by Chinyu. Master Beerus. Whis frowned, seeming to sympathize with Beerus. In any case, he and Beerus have lived together for hundreds of millions of years and still have feelings. It is estimated that being defeated by Chinyu this time will become a knot of Beerus's heart. Fortunately, Chinyu didn't kill him either, otherwise he would have to make a move in the end. I'm so sorry. Beat your pet like this. But I can't blame me, who made him come to the earth to find abuse. You say so. Chinyu had returned to normal at this time, walked in front of Whis, said to Whis with a gentle smile on his face. Mr. Chinyu, Lord Beerus is not a pet. Lord Beerus is gods of destruction in the 7th universe. Whis also smiled calmly at Chinyu and replied. But Mr. Chinyu is really strong. I wonder if Mr. Chinyu is interested in becoming gods of destruction. Whis suddenly asked Chinyu. And just after his voice fell, Beerus suddenly raised his head and looked at Whis. This guy Whis doesn't want to let the Chinyu take his place as gods of destruction, right? And Son Goku and others are also looking forward to it, they are looking forward to Chinyu's answer. Gods of destruction, not interested in. Without thinking, Chinyu shook his head. In fact, the so-called god has no attraction to himself. Moreover, after becoming a god, it seems that he is going to give his life to the big men of Xeno and Grand Priest, and he has to be supervised by Angel. He doesn't want such a life. Oh, Mr. Chinyu refused so decisively. All right. Whis could only nod his head. A human being as powerful as Chinyu can become gods of destruction. Even if it doesn't work now, there is absolutely no problem with a candidate gods of destruction. But since he has refused, then forget it. Okay, then we will go back first and come back to taste the delicious food of the earth if we have the opportunity. Whis smiled and said to Chinyu. Then he directly raised Beerus 0. Well, there will be a period later. But I don't think Beerus should have any stupid thoughts about the earth anymore, right? Chinyu smiled faintly, looked at Beerus and said. Beerus's body was trembling with anger, but now he couldn't speak harshly anymore. After all, he had just been defeated, and he was no longer qualified to speak harshly. It's just that this matter will never go over like this. After I go back, I must practice well, and I must come back to clean up this fool. Go, Whis. Beerus held back for a long time, but could only hold out such a sentence. Then the two disappeared directly on the earth. Call. After Beerus and Whis left the earth, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Especially Vegeta. He originally thought that the arrival of Beerus on Earth would be a devastating disaster for the Earth. But I didn't expect that in the end, Beerus came back unfailingly. At the same time, Vegeta looked at Chinyu twice. This guy is really terrifying. Even if he had imagined Chinyu's strength to an untouchable height before, but now it seems that it is far from enough. Chinyu is much stronger than they thought. Chinyu, you guys are too good. Son Goku hurried over at this time and said to Chinyu with a smile. By the way, there is Broly, it's really hidden. He is so much stronger than Beerus and me. After speaking, he glanced at Broly with admiration. Cut, Kakarot, is it necessary to say that? Vegeta curled his lips, a look of unwillingness on his face. I think I had to compete with Broly before. If it weren't for Chinyu's prevention at the time, I guess I would be rubbed against the ground by that guy. At this time, in the universe, Whis took Beerus and galloped fast. Hey Whis, what did you mean by letting Chinyu be gods of destruction? Do you want him to replace me? Beerus asked Whis angrily. Oh, of course not, Lord Beerus. Didn't Zeno-sama said that some universes might be created again? So I wanted to find some talents first. Whis covered his mouth and smiled, and said, Cut, why haven't I heard of this kind of thing? It always feels like you are not at ease. Bulma's birthday party was so thrilling and exciting. At 10 o'clock in the evening, Chinyu took Broly and number 18 back to his villa. Today is really thrilling, the catman named Beerus is really amazing. Back home, number 18 spoke to Chinyu with some horror. At the beginning, she was really worried that Chinyu would not be his opponent. I do have some strength, but am I stronger? Chinyu smiled and said. You are the strongest. The 18th can only give Chinyu a roll of eyes. This guy, don't know how to be a little humble. At this time, Broly seemed to be a little down. What's wrong, Broly? Sullen. The 18th looked at Broly and asked. This guy seemed a little unhappy along the way. Hurt, I guess I felt upset after being defeated by Beerus. Chinyu also looked at Broly and said with a smile. Next time I see him again, I must beat him to the floor. Broly clenched her fists and said bitterly. He has been cultivating for such a long time, and today he finally had a chance to show it in front of the master, but he didn't expect to be defeated by the cat man. This is also a bit too embarrassing. Well, I am ambitious. If you lose, you will lose. Wouldn't it be alright to win back next time? Chinyu nodded and said. By the way, I want to tell you one thing, a more serious thing. Chinyu suddenly looked at them seriously. When he was fighting Beerus, the system released the task, and the reward was a chance to return to the main time and space. Now that he has defeated Beerus here, it doesn't make much sense to stay here. So he was going to return to his own time and space, and quickly go back to see how Gabe and Kafi's were doing. To be honest, I am quite worried. What's the matter? Why do you suddenly become so serious? Number 18 looked at Chinyu and asked. Broly also looked curious. I am going to take the two of you out of this time and space into another time and space. Chinyu looked at the two and said. The 18th is now his own woman, so no matter where you go, you must take her with you. As for Broly, his purpose in finding him from the planet of fear is to make him his own. In the future, it will become a major force of its own. Since he wanted to return to the Lord of Time and Space, he was naturally taken with him. What another time and space? What do you mean? On the 18th, I couldn't understand Chinyu's words. Are there many more time and space? Forget it, I don't bother to worry about it, what does this mean? Anyway, I am your woman now, so I will follow you wherever you go. Number 18 waved her hand and said. The so-called marry a chicken with a chicken, marry a dog with a dog. Since I am Chinyu's woman, I have to follow him wherever he goes. I only know Master in this place, and only Master treats me well, so I will go wherever Master goes. Broly also said firmly. As for which time and space it was, or what it was, he didn't care at all. Nice to have you. Then let's pack up and bring more capsules. It is best to put some food in them. We will leave here tomorrow morning. He lived in the 6th universe for 10 years. I have to say that the food in the 6th universe is really unpalatable, very unpalatable. So he plans to bring more food from the Earth to the 6th universe, so that he doesn't have to eat those foods from the 6th universe. Moreover, you can also let Kafi's and Gabe taste the food of the 7th universe. Well, I'm going to clean up now. Nodded on the 18th, this kind of thing, naturally women are more careful. The next morning, all the property, even the villa, were sold on the 18th. Then all were replaced with capsules and food. These capsules not only store food, but also prevent food from spoiling. So even if they bring more food, they are not afraid of spoilage. I'm ready, can we set off? After the 18th got everything ready, she asked. Well, it's okay. You two are holding my body, we will leave here immediately. Chinyu looked at the two and said. Then number 18 and Brawly quickly grabbed Chinyu's arm. System, after using the ability to return to the main space-time, what time period will I return to? Chinyu asked in his mind. It has been more than 7 years since I left the main space-time, not counting the spiritual time house. If it is 7 years after returning, it is estimated that Gabe and the others will almost not know him, right? Back to the host, after you return to the main space-time, the time will be 1 month after you left. The electronically synthesized sound of the system rang in my mind. A month later. This seems to be good. Even if Gabe and the others are killed, they can be resurrected with the Dragon Ball of the Namek Ball. Chinyu was overjoyed. Okay, then use the space-time shuttle ability. Chinyu said silently again in his heart. Then the bodies of the three of them disappeared out of thin air. ... When the three of them reappeared, there was a dim scene in front of them. The bodies of the three people are wrapped in an energy barrier. Sure enough, planet Salada is still destroyed. Chinyu looked in front of him, and the planet Salada had long since disappeared. Moreover, the Earth of the 6th universe was destroyed long ago, and Namek's Dragon Ball was in his own hands, so there was no way to recover it. Then Chinyu nodded his forefinger and middle finger, and began to feel the breath of Gabe and Kafi's. Found it. In just 1 second, Chinyu felt the anger of Gabe and Kafi's. However, their anger seems to be relatively weak. There seemed to be other anger with them. And there is a breath of familiarity. Instant transmission. Chinyu used instant transmission, and his body disappeared again. And at this time on a green planet, Gabe, Kafi's, and Kel all showed different degrees of scars on their bodies. Beside the three of them, dozens of corpses were lying in various directions. On the opposite side of the three, there are two familiar figures. 6th, Hit, the first killer of the universe, and Frost, the hypocrite. The three of you don't make senseless resistance anymore. Follow me to see gods of destruction. Maybe you still have a chance. Hit put his hands in the pockets of the windbreaker, and said flatly to the three of Gabe. I said Hit, a few wild monkeys, just kill them directly. Why is it so troublesome? Presumably Champa won't blame us. Frost said with a wicked smile on his face. You look like a villain, you forgot how Chinyu taught you a lesson, right? If you want to kill you, kill it. Even if you kill us, Master Chinyu will never let you go. Gabe sneered, not afraid of death at all. Chinyu. Hey, that wild monkey, if he dares to show up, I will break his neck immediately. Hearing the name Chinyu, Frost's face changed drastically, and his eyes surged with anger. 8 years ago, that fool killed himself. Really, Frost. As soon as Frost's voice fell, a cold voice rang. The voice was freezing to the bone, and hearing the familiar voice, Frost suddenly fell into hell. This voice, Master Chinyu. It's brother Chinyu. Hearing that overbearing voice, the bodies of Gabe, Kafi's, and Kale were trembling with excitement, and glittering tears flickered in their eyes. Brother Chinyu is not dead, he is still alive. He came back alive, great. That guy. Hit hurriedly raised his head, frowning tightly, and this voice was extremely familiar to him. 3 years ago, I was defeated by him. In addition to his own strength, that fool also had his own flash skills. Now that he is back, the situation seems to be getting a little worse. Call out. At this moment, 3 figures suddenly appeared. Master Chinyu. Big brother Chinyu. Big brother Chinyu. Gabe and Kafi's and Kelly called out excitedly at the same time. The figure in front of them, their wives are too familiar. But, who are the 2 people beside him? Especially the moment they saw number 18, the expressions of Kafi's and Kel were suddenly dimmed. Chinyu turned his head, looked at the extremely excited 3 of Gabe, then smiled and asked, is everything all right? Yeah, we are okay. Master Chinyu, you came too in time. If it's a while, something might happen. Gabe nodded, then looked at Hit and Frost and said. They didn't care about Frost at all, but Hit was quite tricky, and the 3 of them couldn't win together. We are fine, but our companions. Kafi's looked at the corpses beside him, gritted his teeth tightly, tears still streaming down. Just now they were holding back, but now brother Chinyu is here, their spiritual support is here, and there is no way to hold it back for a while. You are fine, don't worry. They will be resurrected. Chinyu asked Kafishin. Okay, let me introduce to you. This is the 18th, my wife, that is, your sister-in-law, he is Brawly, my apprentice, and my good brother. Quote. This is Gabe, my apprentice. The two of them are Kafi's and Kelly, both of whom are my best friends. Chinyu introduced each other to several people. After hearing Chinyu's introduction, the faces of Kafi's and Kel were obviously getting darker. They guessed it originally, but when Chinyu really said it, it felt different. Madam, Gabe yelled directly, carelessly, quite smoothly. Sister-in-law, sister-in-law. Kafi's and Kelly are also far-fetched. Well, how are you guys? Number 18 also smiled and nodded. It seems that she also found something wrong between Kafi's and Kel. After all, a woman's intuition is still very keen. Well, you guys take a break first, let me take care of the next thing. After Chinyu finished speaking, he turned to look at Hit and Frost. Looking at the two people's eyes, they became extremely cold in an instant, as if in an instant, the temperature of the entire space dropped by several degrees. Hit, I let you go 3 years ago. I didn't expect you to become Champa's running dog today. You dare to come to understand me. Your courage is really not small. There was a cold light in Chinyu's eyes. Said to Hit. 3 years ago, he fought Hit in order to complete the task of the system. In fact, at that time, he was fully capable of killing him directly. But I think Hit doesn't seem to be bad, and in the Dragon Ball Super, I like Hit the character better, so I let him go. Unexpectedly, I was almost in trouble today. Although he had a good impression of Hit, his status in his heart was far inferior to Gabe and Kafi's. I'm a killer, taking people's money and money to eliminate disasters. Champa gave me a reward for my heart's heart, so I took this task. Although Hit was still very worried about Chinyu, his tone was still quite calm. Since being defeated by Chinyu, I have been practicing desperately every day for the past 3 years. My current self is not the Hit I was 3 years ago. So Chinyu wants to kill himself, maybe not so easy. And you, Frost, Champa actually resurrected your kind of stuff. It's really good. It can give you one more feeling of despair. Chinyu glanced at Frost and said with a sneer. But Frost was too scared to say a word. You know that Chinyu is not even Champa opponent. He wants to kill himself, he can do it with his fingers. I admire your courage, but if you do something wrong, you will have to pay a heavy price. Chinyu's eyes suddenly burst into cold light. Brawly, teach me a good lesson, that fellow. Remember, don't let him die easily. This time, I will let him not even have the courage to resurrect. Chinyu spoke directly to Brawly. Yes, master. Feeling Chinyu's anger, Brawly hurriedly responded, and then walked directly to Frost. Call out. Bang. Brawly didn't say a word, and hit Frost's belly with a punch. This kind of attack is painful, but not fatal at all. Ah. Wow. Frost screamed, and his body flew upside down. Brawly followed, and the stormy fists kept falling on Frost's body. Punches are not fatal. It's up to you now, Hit. Chinyu set his gaze on Hit's body. This guy must have improved in strength, otherwise he would not be so calm. But even if he upgrades his flashing power, what can he do? In front of him, Hit's flashing power can no longer play a big role. This is the end of the matter, then let me wash away the shame of 3 years ago. Hit's eyes were suddenly fixed, and his fists were taken out of his windbreaker pocket. One after another, they made an attack. In the next second, Hit's body suddenly disappeared. As the money good, the flash power is useless to me. Chinyu gave a cold snort, then kicked it out. Hit seemed to have the right time, and his fist just touched Chinyu's foot. The body regressed again and again. The second flashing power really has no effect. If so, then give up these useless temptations. Hit stabilized his body and spoke lightly. In order to respect you, I will also change my body a little bit. Chinyu spoke faintly, and then his eyes were suddenly fixed. Then bright aura gushes out of the body. His hair instantly turned silvery white, and his pupils turned silvery gray. Perfect ultra instinct. That is how the matter. Is it Chinyu's new transformation? Seeing Chinyu, whose whole body was shining brightly in front of him, Hit's eyes sank slightly. When I saw him 3 years ago, he absolutely did not have this transformation. Although the breath was extremely calm, and it didn't seem to improve, but he felt a great sense of oppression. What is that? Is Master Chinyu's new transformation? Gabe's people were also surprised. They only separated for a month. Has Master Chinyu made a breakthrough again? I heard Chinyu say that it is called Ultra Instinct, which is his strongest form at the moment. Seeing the doubts and surprises of Gabe's people, number 18 explained on the side. Chinyu said that his Xingxing seems to be unsuitable for practicing Ultra Instinct, so he didn't understand it carefully. Ultra Instinct, I haven't heard of it, but it doesn't seem to be Super Saiyan's transformation. Gabe said in surprise, because Master Chinyu told them that there are several variants of Super Saiyan, such as Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4. There is also the realm of God walking, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, etc. But I have never heard of Ultra Instinct. In that case, Hit is not Master Chinyu's opponent at all. Gabe is also relieved. Of course, Hit was not Chinyu's opponent 3 years ago, and now he is even more so. Kafi's said proudly. The 18th skimmed Kafi's. The appearance is very high, and he should be half a caddy with himself, but Kafi's figure is bumpy and perfect. I really don't know why Chinyu let it go for such a beautiful little girl. There is also Kair on the side, although the appearance is a little worse, but it is also considered to be good looking. And both of them seem to like Chinyu very much. However, it is not surprising that this is the 18th, after all, there are definitely many suitors for a man like Chinyu. When I decided to be with him, I had thought about this question. At this time, on the other side, Frost had been ravaged by Broly's inhuman form. There was almost no good meat on his body, and there was pain on his face, but Broly obviously had no intention of killing him. You fool, you have the ability to kill me. Frost roared in pain. Now he does regret resurrecting a little bit. I originally thought that I could avenge Chinyu after being resurrected, but now it seems that my resurrection was a mistake at all. That Champa lied to himself. Kill you, you think about beauty. Master Chinyu said, I want you to regret your resurrection and never dare to resurrect again. So you just enjoy this pain. Broly said coldly. Then he punched and kicked Broly again. Hit the side looked at Frost, his face was also quite ugly. You must know that although you are a killer, countless people have died in your own hands. But seeing Frost being beaten so badly, it is inevitable that there will be some touches in my heart. Chinyu is a bit too cruel. Now it's your turn, Hit. Chinyu glanced at Hit, and said coldly. Gabe and Kafi's are their true friends in this world, so they will never let Hit easily. Cut, don't think that you can beat me with a new transformation. In 3 years, do you think I will have no tricks for cultivation? Hit clenched his fists tightly, and said to Chinyu also coldly. Chinyu didn't speak, but waved to Hit to stop talking nonsense. I don't believe you can hide in the past. Hit gritted his teeth, his body flashed suddenly, and instantly disappeared in place. Using flash power, he walked around behind Chinyu without a breath at all. Then he hit Chinyu's head directly with a punch. Hit exhausted all his strength with this punch. Because it is very clear that today's battle is not an ordinary contest, but a life and death battle. Either kill Chinyu himself, or Chinyu kills himself. When Hit's fist touched the aura around Chinyu's body, Chinyu's head was slightly tilted. Although he only moved a distance of 10 centimeters, he hit Hit's fist very accurately. What? How could it be hidden? Hit's face suddenly stiffened, and his pupils shrank tightly, obviously in disbelief. I have now increased the flashing power to seconds, which is definitely a world away from before. Unexpectedly, under this situation, his fists would be blown out. Moreover, Chinyu seemed to move very slowly, but he easily avoided his own attack. Coincidence? It's definitely a coincidence. I don't believe you can escape this time. Hit gritted his teeth tightly, his body disappeared again and appeared in front of Chinyu. He hit Chinyu's chest with a heavy punch. Ha! Once again, he was easily avoided. Shoo! Hit continued to attack, each time he tried his best to greet Chinyu's vital parts. But every time he fumbled, Hit's mentality exploded a bit. If it is a coincidence that once or twice is said to be a coincidence, then it is definitely not a coincidence that you can dodge your own attacks so accurately every time. But Chinyu's strength is really terrifying. Even if he has used his flashing power for a second, he can't touch him at all. Is this your strength after promotion? The flashing power of the second is indeed growing very fast, but in the face of real strength, there is no such kind of tricky tricks at all. Chinyu said coldly. Then he blasted out with a punch. Hit just wanted to attack, but Chinyu's fist came oncoming. Bang! Before he could react, Chinyu's fist hit Hit's face hard. Click! A crisp bone crack sounded, Hit's nose collapsed in an instant, and his body flew out, smashing more than a dozen mountains before stopping. Wow! A mouthful of blood spurted from Hit's mouth, and there was a bit of despair in his eyes. The strength gap is really too big, I don't have any chance of winning at all. Hit said desperately. By the way, there is one last trick. Even if you can't beat Chinyu, you can still ask him for some time before. Hit suddenly thought that he had another trick. It's just that this trick can only trap people, but it can't kill the opponent at all. Hit stood up, determined in his heart. Even his own tricks may not kill him, but it should be able to hold Chinyu for a while. Do you still want to do desperate resistance? The difference in strength between us is too big, give up Hit. Chinyu appeared directly in front of Hit, said coldly. I won't give up. Until the last minute, whoever wins won't be sure. Hit's body jumped up and appeared directly on a small mountain behind him. Ning Shi, time prison. A low voice came out from Hit's throat. Then, a purple halo suddenly appeared around her body, and at the same time, Chinyu's body was also bound by a purple halo. Although I can't kill you, I admit that you are much stronger than me. But now, I want to lock you down in the time prison forever. Hit frowned and said. In fact, his own ability consumes physical energy. Just now he said that he wanted to lock Chinyu in the time prison forever, but he was just talking about it. With his current physical stamina, being able to restrain Chinyu for half an hour is already considered the limit. Want to lock me down? Do you think you have that qualification? Besides, I don't care about things like you. Chinyu shook both hands suddenly. The purple halo around the body suddenly shattered like glass. Click. What? Impossible. My Ningshi was broken so easily, what kind of monster is this fool? Seeing Chinyu break free of his stance easily, Hit's face instantly changed wildly. In the end it turned into despair. This is a unique trick that I have researched over the past 3 years, and I didn't expect it to be of any use to Chinyu at all. In this way, he has nothing to do. Call out. Chinyu's body suddenly appeared in front of Hit. Bang! Hit Hit's body in a punch. Just as Hit's body receded, Chinyu appeared behind Hit again. Zheng Zite's waist was pumped heavily. Bang! Hit's body flew out again. After wiping the ground, he glided hundreds of feet long before he stopped. Of course, Chinyu was still merciful, otherwise these 2 attacks would be enough to kill Hit. But, it's over, I'm not his opponent at all. There were blood stains on Hit's mouth and despair on his face. Just being hit twice, he has no strength to stand up. Whoosh! Chinyu's body appeared again. Then he stepped on Hit's right leg without hesitation. Click! Hit's right leg smashed directly. Ah! A painful scream came from his throat. This foot was stepped on because of your foolish choice. Chinyu's voice fell behind, and he lifted his foot again and stepped on it. Click! Hit's left leg was instantly shattered, and the screams rang out again. This foot was stepped on for my companions who were killed by you. Chinyu's tone was cold, like a murderous god with no emotions, with cruel methods. And Frost on the other side was dying at this time. Brawly also lost interest in Frost. This guy can't even make a scream. Master, that guy has almost cleaned up. Brawly walked up to Chinyu and said. Okay. Chinyu nodded. At this time, number 18, Gabe and others also came over. Master Chinyu, what about Hit and Frost? Gabe asked. These 2 guys, since they wielded butcher knives at them for no reason. Killing so many of their companions is nothing short of a pity. Although he idolized Hit before, but what this guy did made him quite disappointed. I don't bother to deal with the 2 of them now. The reason why they hurt you so much is 100% because they were ordered by gods of destruction Champa. So I am going to tidy up that dead pig. Chinyu suddenly flashed a cold light in his eyes, and said. Even without Hit and Frost, I would never let Champa go easily. Now that I have this matter, I will not forgive him even more. Gods of Destruction Champa, are they the two guys who fought Master Yu on the planet Shirata before? Gabe continued to ask. Well, that's right. Well, let's resurrect other people first, and then go find the dead fat pig to settle accounts. After Chinyu finished speaking, he took out the Namek Dragon Ball from the system. Then he made a wish to resurrect all the slain companions. Are you guys going to follow? Chinyu looked at the three of Gabe and Kafi's, and asked. Of course, brother Chinyu, I will go wherever you go. Kafi's is very firm this time. The last time Chinyu actually let big brother Chinyu face gods of destruction alone, she regretted it very much. If I hadn't left at the time, I might be the one who is next to Chinyu now. Alright, Chinyu nodded, there is no danger anyway. With his current strength, Champa can't make waves at all. Well, you guys are holding my body, we are going to the gods of destruction world now. Chinyu carried Hit and Frost in both hands, and after everyone grabbed his body, he directly used instant transmission. And at this time in the gods of destruction world of the 6th universe. Gods of Destruction Champa is eating lunch leisurely and looks good. Hey Vados, how are Hit and Frost's mission accomplished? It's been more than half a month, haven't they found the surviving Saiyan yet? Champa asked while eating. Although the fool named Chinyu escaped, Saiyan is absolutely not allowed in this universe. Let me see. Vados picked up his staff and looked at the black gem on it. Oh, it's a bit bad, Master Champa, Vados said in surprise. What? It's bad. Couldn't those two guys even kill a bunch of Saiyan? Champa asked coldly. If this is the case, then I have to teach those two fools well. I'll explain it for you. Fatty pig. The moment Champa's voice fell, Chinyu's voice suddenly sounded. Call out. The next second, the bodies of Chinyu and others suddenly appeared in front of Champa. What? How could it be you? Champa stood up suddenly, with a look of horror on his face, almost choked with something in his mouth. Cough cough cough. Champa choked and coughed twice. This guy disappeared for a month, how could this gods of destruction world suddenly appear? And seeing that he is carrying Hit and Frost in his hands, can these two guys team up to beat Chinyu? Just this kind of guy, so embarrassed to be called the #1 killer in the universe. Long time no see, fat pig. Chinyu raised the corner of his mouth and said to Champa defiantly. Then he threw Hit and Frost's body directly in front of Champa. Cut, I haven't gone to you to settle the account yet. I didn't expect you to come here by yourself. Champa gritted his teeth tightly, the anger in his eyes surged instantly. Since being defeated by this fool a month ago, he has been practicing under Vado's training. And they all have a special space for cultivation, and the time of 1 month of cultivation can be worth a year. So my strength has been greatly improved. This fool even dared to come to the gods of destruction world to cause trouble, so today I must kill him myself. Find me to settle the account. You are a dead fat pig, do you deserve it too? You are just these two rubbish taking revenge on all Saiyan, I will never let you go. In Chinyu's eyes, a cold light suddenly burst out. Destroy. Then the fingertips suddenly shot out 2 purple arrogance, directly hitting Hit and Frost's body. The two of them didn't even make a scream, their bodies directly turned into purple light spots, and then disappeared without a trace. Destroy. This fool, did you use destructive energy just now? Impossible, it's absolutely impossible. Champa's eyes widened suddenly, and he looked like a ghost. Chinyu seems to have said the word destruction just now, and that energy is absolutely correct, it is destruction energy. But it's impossible. Destructive energy is the exclusive energy of gods of destruction, and even other gods are not qualified to master this energy. And the guy in front of him is nothing more than a human bug. How can he master it? Vados, what the hell is going on? Champa quickly looked at Vados and wanted to ask what happened to Vados. How can a human master the destructive energy? And this month ago he absolutely didn't have this ability, because he was looking forward to his destructive power. In just a month, he actually mastered the power of destruction, what's a joke? Seeing Vados was also surprised. I don't know Master Champa either. Vados shook his head and said. She is also very surprised that Chinyu has mastered the destructive energy. But I don't know what's going on at all, because in this month's time, after Chinyu disappeared, he couldn't feel his existence at all. And there is no way to find him with his own power. If this fool also has the destructive energy, then the situation is a little bit awkward. Champa frowned. Although his strength has improved a lot in this month, he has no self-confidence and will definitely be able to beat Chinyu. The only thing that makes him feel safe is destroying energy. But now, this little bug has also mastered the exclusive ability of gods of destruction. Then I don't have enough confidence to defeat him. What energy did Master Chinyu release just now? Why do I feel the fear of death? I remember that Hit and Frost disappeared without a trace in an instant. Gabe on the side was also stunned. The two beams of purple energy just now were very dangerous. That is destruction. It seems to be a kind of energy that can destroy the universe. Brawly on the side explained. Destroy the universe. Hearing these 4 words, the corners of the eyes of Gabe and Kafi's wrinkled fiercely. In other words, does Master Chinyu already have the power to destroy the universe? Okay, here you are, Champa. After Chinyu killed Hit and Frost easily, his body flashed suddenly and rushed directly towards Champa. Champa was in shock and hesitation at first, but Chinyu's attack came suddenly. So naturally there was no reaction. Bang! Chinyu's fist hit Champa's face directly. Champa's body flew out suddenly. Rumble! His own palace was smashed directly into rubble. But, he dared to attack me. Champa's body jumped up. It was obvious that Chinyu didn't do much harm to him. After all, Chinyu just used normal power. Even if Shangfat is unbearable, he is gods of destruction. It is not easy for normal forces to defeat him. 0. Sneak attack on you. You value yourself too much. Now I will give you a chance to show all your strength. Chinyu smiled coldly and said to Champa, "Today, I want to find him to show all his strength, and then defeat him with absolute strength. Let him understand how the little bug in his mouth humiliated him that day. Fool who lives and lives, don't think that you can be lawless by mastering the destructive energy." Champa grinned angrily. Then he squeezed his fists, and his body was instantly filled with purple arrogance. I have to admit that Champa is indeed stronger than before, but compared to Chinyu's improvement, it is a little insignificant. Humph, as the strength improved so much. Then I also show you what real power is. The corner of Chinyu's mouth raised. Then his arms suddenly shook, and he opened a posture. Ha! Then there was a roar, and a golden flame burst out from his body in an instant. Su su su. The golden arrogance continued to linger, and lightning bolts fell from the sky. Good. Such a powerful force. How did Master Chinyu practice this month? Big brother Chinyu. Really amazing. The 3 of Gabe and Kafi's had little stars in their eyes and looked admiring. In just 1 month, the strength of Chinyu's elder brother has changed drastically. Even if he knew Chinyu's talent, he was quite shocked. No. Impossible. How could this little bug be so strong? After feeling the powerful breath of Chinyu, sweat suddenly appeared on Champa's forehead. A look of fear also appeared in his eyes. Yes, he is really scared. Because Chinyu's anger is so strong, it has changed drastically from a month ago. Cut, is this scared? I really lost the face of gods of destruction. I don't even have any interest in fighting with you, a rubbish god. Looking at Champa with a look of fear in his eyes, Chinyu shook his head in disappointment. Then the body disappeared instantly. Bang! A punch fell on Champa's chest. Champa's chest collapsed suddenly, his pupils shrank tightly, and the whole person went into a coma. Rumble! Champa's body directly smashed a dozen hard peaks, and then completely lost consciousness. One punch directly killed gods of destruction Champa in seconds. At this time, the 3 of Gabe, Kafi's, and Kel are completely dumbfounded. You must know that 1 month ago, Chinyu hadn't been able to defeat gods of destruction Champa so easily. If he could, he would not call all Saiyan to evacuate urgently in advance, and he would not repair it himself. It was a month. But unexpectedly, in just 1 month, the situation changed drastically. Big brother Chinyu defeated gods of destruction Champa with 1 punch by destroying Kulish. To be precise, Champa was stunned with a punch. Oh, it's really incredible. I don't know what he has experienced in this month, which made his strength such a huge improvement. Not to mention Gabe and Rafi's, even Angel Vados on the side was shocked. You must know that during this month, Master Champa was also practicing very hard. It can be said that in these hundreds of years, only this month, Lord Champa was the most diligent. Unexpectedly, even so, Chinyu defeated Master Champa in an instant. This guy is absolutely immeasurable in the future. Maybe it won't take a few years for his strength to be comparable to that of his own angel. Master Chinyu, since you have already defeated that obnoxious fat guy, why don't you just ask him to get rid of it? Brawly walked over at this time and asked in a puzzled manner. Because he had felt Chinyu's anger before, and they saw the fate of Hit and Frost, and they were killed directly. As the mastermind, Champa should also be killed directly. I really want to kill him. But it still doesn't work. Killing him in the past will cause unnecessary trouble for myself. Also, I can't kill him now, Chinyu said lightly. In any case, Gods of Destruction is a ruler of the universe, working for Zeno and Grand Priest. If you kill them now, you will most likely be spotted by Zeno and Grand Priest. At that time, with his own ability, there would be no way to compete with them. Although in the Dragon Ball Super, Zamasu killed almost all the gods alone, Grand Priest and Zeno did not appear. But this is reality, and I dare not risk my life. Besides, there are people like them behind me. Taking a step back, he couldn't even beat Angel with his current strength. It is impossible to kill Gods of Destruction Champa in front of Angel Vados. Oh, Brawly nodded seemingly. At this time, Vados walked towards Chinyu with a faint smile. I didn't expect Mr. Chinyu to increase his strength to this level in just 1 month. It really surprised me. Vados spoke softly. Both Android 18 and Cafes have cast aside Vados. For some reason, I'm not used to this woman. As Angel, I think you still look down on my current strength, right? Chinyu also spoke lightly. Mr. Chinyu is too modest. Isn't your current strength much weaker than Angel? Vados said with a smile again. She wasn't just talking about it, because she felt that even just now, Chinyu hadn't used all his power at all. There are other powers hidden in his body. And with his talent for cultivation, it is estimated that he will be able to catch up and even surpass Angel soon. You flatter me. Okay, revenge is taken, and I feel better, goodbye. Chinyu also didn't bother to get involved with Vados. For Angel, he does not have any interest yet. After my strength surpasses Angel in the future, maybe I will have a deeper understanding of them. Especially Vados and Makarita from 11 Universe, they are both goddesses in Angel. Okay, there will be a period later. I think we will meet again. Vados did not dissuade him either, and said calmly. By the way, if I want to kill Champa now, are you going to stop it? Chinyu suddenly turned around and asked. Of course, protecting the safety of Gods of Destruction is also one of Angel's duties. It doesn't matter how you fight, the main premise is not to hurt the life of Gods of Destruction. This time Vados said quite seriously. Understood. Chinyu nodded, and then left the Gods of Destruction world with Brawly and the 18th. After leaving the world of Gods of Destruction, Chinyu returned to the planet where Saiyan settled. Now he plans to train Gabe and others. By the way, improve your own strength. If possible, it is better to reach the level of Angel. From now on, in the next year, I will train you guys well. I hope that in this year's time, you can cultivate on your own. Chinyu looked at everyone and said very seriously. Hearing Chinyu's words, several people were naturally quite excited. Especially Gabe and others are even more excited. This hit incident made them understand that their strength is still too weak. If they can be as strong as Master Chinyu, even 1/10 of his strength. It is absolutely impossible for such a thing to happen. And before that, I need your help. Chinyu spoke again. What, brother Chinyu still needs our help with your strength? Cafes didn't quite understand. Their strength is simply not enough to help Chinyu brother. Yes, I need your help. By the way, call Kaso over in a while. Chinyu nodded, then said to Gabe. First he plans to become Super Saiyan God. If you become a Super Saiyan God with your own strength, even if your strength is not as good as Angel, you will definitely not think much. Of course, it is also possible to reach the level of Angel. After all, the current self can easily defeat the strongest Gods of Destruction Champa just with the power of Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan God can only see, but there is a huge gap. Okay brother Chinyu, I'll go right away. Gabe nodded quickly. Kaso was the former deputy captain of the Lhasa defense team. Although his talent was average, his strength reached the level of Super Saiyan under the guidance of Chinyu. The most important thing is that Sola, like Gabe, has a righteous and peace-loving heart. Chapter 81. A few minutes later, Gabe had brought Kaso over. Master Chinyu, what is your order? Kasuo was obviously quite excited when he saw Chinyu. You know, Chinyu just simply instructed himself everywhere, and he became Super Saiyan. And his talent is not very high among all Saiyan, so he respects Chinyu quite a bit. I have one thing that needs your help. In other words, we need your help. Chinyu looked at everyone and said, if you want to become a Super Saiyan god, you must have 6 Saiyans with a righteous heart. Then 5 of the Saiyans poured their energy into the body of the other Saiyan. In this way, you can become Super Saiyan god. Master, what you said is our honor to be able to help you. Kasuo quickly said. After all, it was Chinyu who rescued them just now. If there was no Chinyu, maybe they were still in the underworld at this time. It's Master, don't you say that. Gabe quickly followed. Well, if that's the case, then the 5 of you will form a circle, and then all your hearts will be injected into my body. Chinyu's eyes swept across everyone's faces, and said, Brawly, Kel, Gabe, Kafi's, and Kasuo, there are exactly 5 Saiyans, so just fine. And I can be sure that each of them has a heart of justice. Saiyan in the 6th universe is completely different from the 7th universe. Brawly is an exception to the 7th universe, and his disposition is also very kind. Even a little bit of change can take place during this period of time with myself. But it shouldn't affect his innocent character. Yeah, good master, we know it. Gabe nodded, and then the 5 people formed a circle and wrapped Chinyu in it. Then circles of golden waves formed around the bodies of the 5 people. In that instant, the sky suddenly changed, turning directly into bright red. Then a series of thunder and lightning occurred, the golden clouds in the sky rolled, and the seasons began to change continuously. This vision lasted 10 minutes. Gabe, Kafi's and others suddenly collapsed on the ground as if they were unstretched. No way, Master, we are completely out of strength anymore. Quote. Even Brawly and Kel, their power began to drop drastically. It didn't even become Super Saiyan God. Could it be that I have no righteous heart? Chinyu looked at himself, and there was no change. There was no flame-like aura around the body, and the hair and pupils did not turn red at all. This shows that he has not become Super Saiyan God. But the vision just now is exactly the same as when Son Goku became Super Saiyan God. Then it should be his own problem that he did not become a Super Saiyan God. The others should all have a righteous heart. No matter, since there is no way to become Super Saiyan God, let it go. Unsuccessful, Master Chinyu. Gabe stood up and asked. Look at Chinyu's look, it should be a failure. Well, it did not succeed. Chinyu nodded. Big brother Chinyu, let's try again, this time we can definitely succeed. Kafi's also stood up and spoke again. Forget it, you have no physical fitness anymore. And if we don't succeed once, then we won't succeed even if we try again and again. This matter ends here. Starting tomorrow, I will come to guide you in your cultivation. Chinyu didn't bother to try again. Even if there is no way to become a Super Saiyan God, there is not much difference for him. Oh well, Gabe and Kafi's can only nod their heads. Master Chinyu, I don't seem to be able to feel your breath anymore. At this moment, Kaso suddenly said. When he first saw Chinyu, he could feel the breath. But now, he can't feel the breath of Chinyu at all. This should be a big change. What did you say? Can't you feel my breath anymore? Chinyu was taken aback, looked at Kasuo and said. But I didn't feel any changes in my body at all. Yes, Master, I can't feel it anymore. Me too, I really can't feel it at all. Gabe, Kafi's and Brawly also nodded quickly. They hadn't deliberately paid attention just now, and now they heard what Zipper said. It seemed that it was indeed the case. I can't feel the breath of Chinyu at all. What's the matter? I can't feel my anger. Have I become Super Saiyan God? But my appearance hasn't changed at all. Chinyu looked at his body, and didn't feel any changes on the outside. And the breath in his body didn't seem to have changed much. Then Chinyu suddenly clenched his fists tightly. Suddenly, Chinyu burst into flame-like aura directly all over his body. That aura was as high as tens of feet, and the surrounding air became hot and dry at that moment. Master Chinyu's arrogance has completely changed. Although I have raised my breath, I can't feel it at all. Brawly said in surprise. It stands to reason that if Chinyu raises his breath to this level, he can feel his breath completely. But now I can't feel it at all. Marvelous. Super Saiyan God. It turns out that I have become Super Saiyan, but just now I was too overwhelmed with unexpected changes, so I thought it was unsuccessful. Money. Zhao Chinyu clenched his fists excitedly and said. Judging from his current arrogance, he has become a Super Saiyan God. But his own Super Saiyan God is a little different from Son Goku's. That's how I am, and it hasn't changed much. In other words, my normal state now is in the form of Super Saiyan God, Cabinet. In this way, he might be able to continue to transform on the basis of Super Sai Shen, Super Sai God, Super Sai God 2, or even Super Sai God IV. Master, you mean you have succeeded, right? Gabe also asked Chinyu excitedly. Well, that's right. I have successfully become Super Saiyan God. And it seems that the effect is better than I expected. Chinyu nodded, feeling very good. After the normal state becomes Super Saiyan God, perhaps his current strength is no weaker than Angel. Try again to see if you can become a Super Saiyan form on the basis of Super Saiyan. Chinyu thought for a while. Then he clenched his fists tightly, and the black pupils suddenly turned into blue gold. The hair has also become cyan gold. It can be said that there is not much difference from the previous Super Saiyan form. But the arrogance of the whole body did not change in any way, it was still flame-like aura. It's pretty good. You can feel the change in chi after becoming Super Saiyan. Chinyu clenched his fists and said excitedly. In this way, I can definitely fight Angel. Call. Chinyu took a long breath, and then turned back into a pervert. He has successfully become Super Saiyan God, and it seems to be stronger than he thought. Because the current self can become Super Saiyan based on Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan 2. I can imagine how much the strength has improved. It's similar to the gap between the normal state and the Super Game God in an instant. Well, the next step is about your cultivation. Just now I became Super Saiyan God. This method is not only suitable for me, but also for you. So I hope you guys will try them all. Only after you become Super Saiyan can you be truly strong. Chinyu was not stingy, and told them how to become Super Saiyan God. Anyway, these people are people I believe very much, so I can meet frankly. Can we also become Super Saiyan God? Rafith said excitedly. It's not that he wants to become a Super Game God, but if his strength improves, he can often follow behind Chinyu in the future. Can help him do more things. Of course, everyone has hope to become Super Saiyan God if nothing else. Chinyu nodded and said. Very good. Then I will come first. Rafith said excitedly. He can't wait to become Super Saiyan God. Okay, then Karfis will come first. Anyway, we have a lot of time. Chinyu didn't refuse either. Anyway, they were the same first. Then several people gave the same reassuring injection again, but this time the protagonist was replaced by Rafis. ... Time goes by day. 1 week passed in a flash. In this month, they are all thinking of trying to become Super Saiyan God. But it is a pity that you are among the 5 of them. Only Gabe and Rafis succeeded in becoming Super Saiyan God, although Kelly and Brawly are both legendary Super Saiyan. But it did not become Super Saiyan God. There is also Kasuo, perhaps because his foundation is too poor, so he has not become Super Saiyan God. But it is not a big problem. As long as Kyle and Brawly become Super Saiyan, their strength can surpass ordinary Super Saiyan God. So even if you don't need to become Super Saiyan God, it doesn't matter. In the following time, Chinyu has been teaching Gabe and Kafis how to become Super Saiyan Blue. And Brawly and Kel, because they are both legendary Super Saiyan, so they are practicing each other. In this way, the effect may be better. ... Day by day, 1 year has passed quickly. Especially for the cultivators, time flies faster. And on this day, an uninvited guest suddenly appeared on the planet of New Salata. And this person is Angel Vados. Call out. The sudden appearance of Vados stopped everyone from practicing. They all looked at Vados vigilantly. They know very well that this guy has always been with Gods of Destruction Champa. So they naturally treated her in the same way. Oh, what a distinguished guest. Angel Vados came to me unexpectedly. Chinyu smiled, looked at Vados and said, "Long time no see, Mr. Chinyu. It looks like your strength is more diligent than a year ago. I said long ago that you are very likely to surpass Angel, maybe now your strength is comparable to Angel." Vados also smiled and looked at Chinyu, and said, "He can feel the change of Chinyu. Very big change. With the spirit of God in the body, it is estimated that he has become a god. Although it was sooner or later, I was still a little surprised. You praised me too much. Although my strength has improved a bit, there is still a gap between you and angels. So don't lift me so high." Chinyu shrugged and said lightly, "I think you should have something. If you have something, just tell it. The so-called, nothing but 3 treasures, Vados will certainly not come to him for no reason. It is even more unlikely to be attracted by your own charm. The only possibility is that he should have other things to find himself." "Well, then I'll be straightforward. I came here this time actually under the commission of Lord Gods of Destruction Champa, and I want you to participate in a competition," Vados said with a smile. Contest. Except for Chinyu, everyone's faces showed surprises. Is he embarrassed about that fat pig? Tell me. Chinyu has guessed what the so-called match is all about, but still speaks to Vados. As such that, I don't know if you're not clear. In fact, the universe is divided into 12. We are the 6th universe. In addition to our universe, there are 10. A universe. Quote, "The opponents of our game this time are from several other universes." Vados looked at Chinyu and said, "Are you saying that we are competing against us this time, not a universe but several universes?" Chinyu tilted his head and asked in surprise, "If I remember correctly, there should only be a battle between the 6th universe and the 7th universe. But now, why has it suddenly become a battle between several universes?" Knowing that such a large-scale battle would be very dangerous if Zeno knew about it. "Yes, so in terms of our 6th universe, there are a total of 4 universes participating in this competition." Vados nodded. Although this kind of competition is a bit absurd, the gods of destruction of the 4 universes have made up their minds. Angel can supervise them, but can't make any decisions for them. 4 universes. Chinyu got interested this time. If it is only the 7th universe, their overall strength is too weak, and the Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku and Vegeta are not their opponents at all. But if there are 4 universes participating at the same time, although the final victory will definitely belong to the 6th universe. But at least it will add some interest. Which 4 universes are participating? Chinyu asked. In addition to the 6th and 7th universes, there are also the 4th and 11th universes. Angel Vados replied, "You must know that gods of destruction Quatella of the 4th universe and gods of destruction of the 11th universe have always had a relationship with the Beerus brothers. The 2 are not very good. Especially Beerus. So this time, they will agree to participate in this universe game." The 4th universe and the 11th universe. Chinyu rubbed his chin for a moment. Gods of destruction Quatella in the 4th universe is indeed an impulsive person, as can be seen from the dialogue between him and Beerus. And the relationship between the 2 of them has never been very good, and there have been secret contests. It's not surprising that this guy is participating in this game between universes. But gods of destruction in the 11th universe is very smart. And there is always a sense of scheming. He shouldn't participate in this kind of competition. He should be very clear that if this matter is known to Zeno, he may be punished. That's right. The gods of destruction and the 7th universe gods of destruction Beerus of the 2 of them have always been at odds. I think I want to take advantage of this game to humiliate him, Lord Beerus. Vados guessed. Although it is a guessing tone, it should be 80% correct. Well, I will participate in this competition. But, as a condition, you must give me the Super Dragon Ball. Chinyu said lightly. He knows that the Super Dragon Ball is now in the hands of gods of destruction Champa. Despite his current strength, the demand for Super Dragon Ball is not great. But keeping it will come in handy one day. You actually know that the Super Dragon Ball is in our hands. It seems that Mr. Chinyu knows a lot. Okay, Lord Champa said, as long as you can agree, any conditions are agreed. When you win the game, Super Dragon Ball will give it to you. Vados was obviously surprised. Because the Super Dragon Ball is not something ordinary humans can know. But thinking about it, it doesn't seem to be an ordinary human being. Good. Chinyu nodded. He wasn't in a rush. The time and place of the game is the unnamed star 5 days later, 5 players in each universe. I will pick up Mr. Chinyu and everyone at that time. Then, I'm leaving now. After Vados finished speaking, he left directly on the planet New Salata. Big brother Chinyu, don't you like them? Why do you still participate in some competitions for them? Cafes asked angrily at this time. I participated in this competition, not for them, nor for the Super Dragon Ball. It's to hone you guys. Your current strength is not yet stable, so you need to fight against stronger opponents. This time is a good opportunity. Chinyu looked at Cafes and said, those in the 4th universe really have nothing to pay attention to. This is Son Goku and Vegeta of the 7th universe, both in strength and combat experience are indeed very good. Although it is not attractive to him, for Gabe and the others, they can enjoy the battle. And what interests me more is Jiren of the 11th universe. The man who claims to have surpassed gods of destruction. I just don't know if he will participate in the competition this time. Oh, that's it, Chinyu is for our sake. Cafes nodded gratefully. Well, now there are 5 days before the start of the game. The opponents of other universes are also quite strong, so in these 5 days, you must hurry up and train. Chinyu said seriously to several people. The strongest among them is Broly, who has been able to perfectly control his power and the full power transformation of Super Saiyan. I don't know who is stronger with Jiren from the 11th universe. Yeah, we know the master. Gabe seemed to be particularly excited, nodded and said. Then everyone hurried to improve their strength. 5 days passed in a flash. Vados appeared directly on the planet Salata early in the morning. Mr. Chinyu, are you ready? Vados also took 2 people behind him. These 2 people are familiar with Chinyu, Bottomo and Magetta. These 2 people used to be in Dragon Ball Super, once represented the 6th universe in the battle against the 7th universe and the power conference. It's just that the strength of the 2 of them is really too weak. Ready. By the way, do you not believe in our strength when you bring them to? 0. Chinyu smiled and said to Vados. Of course not, isn't it because Master Champa is afraid that some of you will have no time? So just bring 2 substitutes. Vados replied with a smile. Never mind. Okay, let's go. I can't wait to see other universe opponents. Chinyu spread his hands and said. Even if he took the shot alone, he could easily solve them all. Okay, then I will take everyone to the unknown star. Vados nodded, and then lightly waved the staff in his hand. Everyone disappeared on the salad planet without eating. 10 minutes later, he appeared on a dark red, bumpy planet. Everyone, here we are, this is the location of this game, the unknown star. Vados looked at Chinyu and explained. It seems that no one from the other universe has come yet. Chinyu looked around, except for Champa who was alone in the corner, no one else appeared. Well, it looks like it hasn't arrived yet. Over there is our auditorium, let's take a rest first. Vados pointed to a location and said. Chinyu directly flew over. Well, everyone hasn't eaten breakfast yet, Broly, get the things out. These foods of my own are all brought over from the 7th universe. It is estimated that someone will drool in a while. Yes, master. Broly nodded quickly, then took out a capsule and took out all the food in the capsule directly. When the food was taken out, it was fragrant and fragrant. Gods of Destruction Champa, who was mostly in the corner, sniffed vigorously. Okay, it smells so fragrant, I've never smelled such a fragrant smell before. Guru. Champa quickly turned his attention to Chinyu and others. I saw that those fools were already eating. And, I didn't even take care of myself. Guru. Champa swallowed hard again. The saliva can't help but flows down, but I am embarrassed to ask for it. At this time, Vados naturally smelled this scent. Smell good. Are these food items made by Mr. Chinyu? Vados hurried to the front of Chinyu and others. Staring at the food on the table with bright eyes, said. These foods can be seen from the taste and color. They are very delicious. They are definitely something that I have never eaten before in the 6th universe. I haven't even seen it. This guy Chinyu really keeps surprising people. Some of them are made by me, and some are finished products. Chinyu put a piece of sushi in his mouth and said. Indeed, the last time I was in the 7th universe Earth, they had bought out a lot of finished food. So Chinyu can only buy some raw materials and process them on his own. Like these sushi, braised pork, and cola chicken wings were made when he was bored. I didn't expect that Mr. Chinyu is not only capable, since your cooking skills are so superb. It's so attractive, can I taste it together? When Vados said this, he obviously didn't feel embarrassed at all. Of course, it doesn't matter. Chinyu nodded and said. Then he took a look at Gods of Destruction Champa who was hiding in the corner. The Adam's apple kept squirming up and down. Huh. And at this moment, a universe square suddenly appeared on the unnamed star. It's the 7th universe here. Chinyu glanced and saw Whis, Beerus, Son Goku and others. So they are from the 7th universe. In this way, I am actually a member of the 7th universe. On the 18th, the person who looked at Son Goku and Vegeta said. In fact, he and Broly are both members of the 7th universe, but they are both members of Chinyu now. Swish. Then, Beerus took Son Goku and Vegeta's people to the ring. Players participating in the 7th universe are Son Goku, Vegeta, Majin Buu, Son Gohan and Piccolo. But obviously, they don't know Chinyu. Huh, isn't that number 18? On the ring, Son Goku looked at the number 18 on the 6th universe auditorium with a look of surprise, and said. It is indeed Android 18, but why is he in this place? And how do the guys around him look a bit like Saiyan? Vegeta looked at Broly and Chinyu in surprise, and said. Because Broly is Saiyan in the 7th universe, and Chinyu is exactly the same as Saiyan in the 7th universe. So it's obvious. As for Gabe and Kafi's, they were ignored. After all, Saiyan in the 6th universe is relatively lean. That guy, why do I feel like deja vu? Moreover, it is quite uncomfortable. Beerus looked at Chinyu, frowned and said. It stands to reason that he has never seen that guy at all, but this feeling is quite real. Master Beerus said that, I seem to feel that way too. Son Goku murmured, Yo Beerus, you really dare to come. It seems that the two of them are the trump cards of your 7th universe. Seeing Beerus coming, Champa finally felt less aggrieved. He hurried to Beerus's face and sneered coldly. These two guys, he saw last time in the 7th universe, seemed to be very weak. In the world of Gods of Destruction, even walking stumbled. Unexpectedly, Beerus brought them to the competition. 0. It seems that the 7th universe does not have any powerful humans. Ha, don't be proud of the fat pig, those crooked melons and cracked dates in your universe are not necessarily so powerful. Beerus retorted coldly. Okay, Lord Beerus, let's go and say hello to them. Son Goku smiled, then his body flashed directly in front of Chinyu and others. Hi, I'm Saiyan from the 7th universe, Son Goku. Son Goku beckoned and explained familiarly. Hello, I am Saiyan Gabe from the 6th universe, this is my master Chinyu, this is my wife number 18, this is Broly. Gabe introduced to Son Goku very enthusiastically. Sure enough, Saiyan of the 6th universe. You all seem to be very powerful, and I really hope to fight you well. Son Goku smiled, rubbed his fists and said. Son Goku didn't tell a lie, he did feel that these people had very strong power in their bodies. Especially that Chinyu has an unfathomable feeling. Hey Goku, get me here quickly. Beerus yelled directly. What is this guy doing in other people's camp? Okay, then we'll see you in the ring. After Son Goku said with a smile, he flew directly to the ring of the 7th universe. Whoosh, whoosh. At this moment, two breaking sounds rang at the same time. Subsequently, the 4th universe and the 11th universe arrived at the same time. Gods of Destruction Quitella from the 4th universe took 5 people. To be honest, these people Chinyu didn't know him. After all, in the Dragon Ball Super, the players in the 4th universe who participated in the power contest did not have any detailed introduction, and they were eliminated too quickly, so there was no sense of existence. Behind the 11th universe Gods of Destruction Vermut are the candidates Gods of Destruction Toppo, Dispo, Castler, Boone and Cocket. Didn't Jiren come? Chinyu looked at the lineup of the 11th universe with disappointment. But thinking about it is right, Jiren probably isn't interested in participating in such boring competitions. Yo Beerus, is this your universe player? Looking at the bulk, I don't know how strong it is. Gods of Destruction Quitella started taunting Beerus as soon as he came. The two of them are inherently a bit wrong, and every time they meet, if they don't taunt each other, they feel uncomfortable. Humph, what kind of demons and ghosts do you white-haired mouse bring? It looks like it's nothing great. Wait for a while, be careful of being beaten up and crying. Beerus glanced at it, and the formation of the fourth universe also coldly mocked. And the fourth universe seems to have only 4 people. Huh, how come there are only 4 players in the fourth universe? Is it possible that they are so confident that even 4 people can defeat the other 3 universes? Son Goku looked at the fourth universe and said in surprise. No, he doesn't look like there are only 4 people. But I can feel the 5 breaths. Piccolo shook his head and said to Son Goku. Yes, Dad, I can also feel the 5 auras, which shows that one of them should have the ability to be invisible. Son Gohan also said. Yes, what you two said this way seems to be true. Hehe, I was a little too careless just now. Son Goku smiled awkwardly and said to the two of them. Hey Goku, you can care about it now, but once you return to the ring, you can never care about it. Those 3 guys are what I hate the most. If I lose to their universe, I won't spare you. Beerus said to Son Goku with a serious face. The others are okay, even if their strength is average, but they are at least not as careless as Son Goku. I feel more at ease on this point. I have Son Goku, which is too careless. The last time one of Frieza's younger brothers shot through the chest with a laser gun, he almost died. If he had been a little more cautious at the time, nothing like that would have happened at all. Ah, I know Master Beerus, even if you don't remind me, I will go all out. Son Goku grinds his fists, it seems that he can't wait to fight. And now on the other side. Toppo, how do you feel about the strength of the other 3 universe opponents? Gods of Destruction Vermut of the 11th universe asked Toppo. Now they are hiding their breath, this is not easy to judge. But I think the guy in the 6th universe seems very strong. He has a very special feeling. There is a familiar thing in his body. Toppo looked at Chinyu in the 6th universe auditorium and spoke. Well, I feel it too. If it doesn't feel wrong, it should be destruction. This shows that he is likely to have the same identity as you, and it is estimated that he is a candidate for the 6th universe, Gods of Destruction. It's just that I have never heard Champa mention it. Vermut nodded, then spoke. If it is really a candidate for Gods of Destruction in the 6th universe, then the situation is still a bit troublesome. To know that a universe candidate Gods of Destruction also has strict requirements on strength. No matter what, this time our 11th universe will definitely win the final victory. Please rest assured, Master Wei Maida. Toppo said very confidently. Although the Grey Gyron did not come this time, the elites of other Pride teams are here. You can definitely win this game easily. Well, if you say that, I'm relieved. Vermut nodded, then walked to Beerus. The look is quite triumphant. There was another wave of mockery at Beerus. 10 minutes later, the mutual friendly greetings between Gods of Destruction have also ended. Well, everyone, it seems that all universe players are ready. Then next, the game officially begins. Especially all universe players came to the stage to draw lots. Vados appeared in the ring at this time and said loudly, "Let's go," Chinyu said to everyone, then his body flashed directly onto the ring. Brawly and Gabe followed suit. Then the other 3 universe players also appeared on stage to draw lots. Chinyu, number 3. Brawly, number 8. Gabe, number 15. Caffies, number 20. Kelly, number 2. After 1 minute, all the players draw lots. Every player has completed the draw, then I will tell you about the rules of this game. Competition in pairs, players number 1 and player number 20th. A group of player 2 and player 19. With this team, the numbers of the 2 add up to 21. There are 3 main ways to judge whether you win or lose in a game. The first is to go out of bounds. As long as you leave the ring, you lose the game. The second is to actively admit defeat, and the third is to lose combat effectiveness. Also, you can't use anything other than your own strength in the game, and you can't hurt the opponent's life. Once the opponent is killed, the entire universe will be eliminated. Well, the above are all the rules of this game. Now, with the exception of player number 1 and player number 20, everyone else returns to their respective auditoriums first. After Vados finished speaking, his body appeared directly in the air. Cafes, you are the first game, come on. Just do your best, don't let yourself hurt. Chinyu said to Cafes with a faint smile. Well, I know brother Chinyu, don't worry, I will definitely win this game. Cafes said to Chinyu very firmly. Good. Chinyu nodded, then his body flashed and he went straight back to the auditorium. The number 1 draw was Piccolo from the 7th universe. Come on, Uncle Piccolo. Son Gohan also spoke to Piccolo and left the ring. Only Cafes and Piccolo were left in the ring. You are the Namek of the 7th universe, right? You won't be my opponent, so take the initiative to surrender. Cafes said proudly to Piccolo. She is very clear about the strength of the Namek people. Here are those with the highest combat power of the combat type Namek people and they are less than 1 million. So she didn't put Piccolo in her eyes at all. Take the initiative. Then you look down on me a little bit too much. The battle is not to the last minute. It is not always certain who loses and who wins. Piccolo raised the corner of his mouth and said with a smile. He is different from ordinary Namek people. You must know that you not only assimilated Nilu, but also merged with the gods. So the current strength is not weak. Okay, in that case, then I can only send you down. Cafes said coldly, and then squeezed his fists. Ha! With a loud shout, he became Super Saiyan directly. Sure enough, can I become Super Saiyan? But just with such a transformation, Coco is not my opponent. Piccolo is also quite confident. Humph, then you can give it a try. Cafes sneered, then suddenly his body flashed out. He appeared in front of Piccolo almost instantly, and blasted towards Piccolo directly and naturally. Come on. Piccolo also squeezed his fist and fisted directly towards Cafes. Because he felt that the strength of this Cafes was not very strong, he could deal with it head-on. Bang! The moment the two fists touched, Cafes' body retreated more than a dozen steps, but Piccolo was as steady as a mountain, motionless. Magic Flash. After the first blow took the lead, Piccolo directly used the Magic Flash energy attack. He is different from Son Goku and Vegeta's Saiyan, he doesn't like such waves. But I want to solve the game as quickly as possible. Upon seeing this, Cafes quickly blocked his arms in front of him. Boom! Ki blast hit Cafes and directly blasted Cafes out, and stopped when he retreated to the edge of the ring. Cut! This Namek person is really a bit different, his strength is much stronger than the Namek person of the 6th universe. Cafes said in surprise. At this time, Piccolo obviously didn't want to give up such a good offensive opportunity. Meteor Fist. Then his arms stretched directly, and his fists blasted towards Cafes. At this time Rafis has reached the edge of the ring, and now he can be eliminated as long as he hits Rafis. Humph, if you want to beat me, you are still far away. Haha, Cafes suddenly shook his arms, and a terrifying arrogance exploded from his body. At that moment, the blonde hair fell straight down his waist, the eyebrows disappeared, and the brow bones were raised high. Obviously it became Super Saiyan 3. What? That guy can also become Super Saiyan 3. Piccolo was shocked. It can be said to be more than enough to deal with Super Saiyan with his strength. Of course, although everyone's basic combat effectiveness is different, Chaoyi's strength is also different. But with his own strength, as long as he is not too abnormal in the Super Saiyan form, I can handle it all by myself. But the Saiyan in the 6th universe in front of him suddenly became Super Saiyan 3. If this is the case, I am afraid it will be difficult for me to cope with it. Get back. Quote, after Cafes became Super Saiyan 3, his fists hit Piccolo's fists directly. Bang bang. At the moment the punches collided, Piccolo's arms shrank quickly. Then the force of horror smashed Piccolo directly into the air. Bang. Then he bumped into the auditorium of the 7th universe. Wow, this guy is too good. It turns out to be Super Saiyan 3. Son Goku did not comment on Piccolo's failure. Instead, he looked at Rafis on the ring with excitement and said, unexpectedly, the female Saiyan of the 6th universe is also so tough. Uncle Piccolo, are you okay? It was Son Gohan who quickly helped Piccolo up and asked with concern. No way, after all, this guy is Son Gohan's own father. I'm fine, Gohan, I'm so sorry, I have already lost this first game. Piccolo said awkwardly. I originally thought that even if they lost the game, they could be a little stalemate and consume their physical energy. But I didn't expect that after the guy became Super Saiyan 3, he remembered to beat himself all at once. It's okay, Uncle Piccolo, this guy is already very strong. Son Gohan smiled and comforted. Beerus's face is not pretty. Just after thinking about it, Piccolo is the weakest among the 5 players, and they can definitely win the next 4 games. In the first game between the 6th universe and the 7th universe, the Caffey's player of the 6th universe won. Then the next game will be the second game, with Kyle from the 6th universe playing against Duckly from the 4th universe. Vado's voice rang in the ring. Duckly, teach me a good lesson about the guy in the 6th universe. Let them all see the power of our 4th universe. Quitella said loudly. Don't worry, Mr. Quitella, I will never disappoint you. Duckly said to Quitella confidently. Duckly, the runeman of the 4th universe, although his strength is quite average, his rune skills are superb. It can control a person's Xinsheng, and it can also make people enter an illusion. And most importantly, he possesses an ability similar to Hit's time. It can seal the shadow of a person, making it impossible to move. Kel, that guy is average, but he can represent a universe in the competition, which shows that he also has his own special abilities, don't be careless. Chinyu said to Kel. I see, brother Chinyu. Kel nodded quickly. Then his body leapt and appeared on the ring. Okay, next, the battle begins. Vado's voice just fell. Haha. Kel suddenly squeezed his fists, and suddenly a terrifying grass-green energy erupted from his body. The whole unknown star was there, and it shook in an instant. What? The dumbfounded look on Duckly's face was completely shocked by this powerful aura, so much so that he completely forgot to shoot. Kale instantly became Super Saiyan. Call out. Bang. In the next second, Duckly hadn't reacted yet. He was hit by Kel's lower abdomen with a punch, and his body flew upside down, hitting the audience seat of the 4th universe heavily. Forehead. Everyone looked dumbfounded. Is this a game in particular? It's exactly a game between college students and kindergarten kids. There are almost no shots. Okay, so strong, it knocked out the opponent in an instant. Is that guy Saiyan 2? Why is his transformation a bit different? Son Gohan and Son Goku both looked shocked and asked. They had never seen Saiyan transforming like this before. Maybe the one of Qian Li's just now is the real Super Saiyan transformation. At this time, Vegeta, who had never spoken, said in a heavy tone. It is estimated that that is the transformation that Saiyan should have. Cut, it's incredible, since the 6th universe of Champa's fat pig will have such a powerful Saiyan. Beerus's face was rather ugly and loose. Originally, he wanted to humiliate Champa, but it seemed that something was wrong. The 2 female Saiyans are so powerful, and the guy who upsets them must be even more powerful. Quitella's face was even worse at this time. Special, there is no gaming experience at all. It was defeated without a second, which is really shameful. The second game of the 4th universe and the 6th universe was won by the player of the 6th universe. Vado's voice rang again, and the next third game is Chinyu's game. Chinyu is number 3, and Dispo of the 11th universe is number 18, which is Chinyu's next opponent. The 11th universe's Dispo, known as the Sonic Warrior, is the fastest in the universe. Of course, this may be their self-styled. Dispo is really fast, but it claims to be the fastest in the universe, which is a bit too much. Dispo, the guy in the 6th universe, does not seem to be weak, don't be careless. Toppo reminded Dispo. Because from his body, Toppo felt something very dangerous. He is likely to be a candidate for the 6th universe, Gods of Destruction, be careful. Gods of Destruction Vermut also reminded. Don't worry, Lord Vermut, no matter how strong he is, he will definitely not be able to catch up with me in terms of speed. Dispo promised, patting his chest. In this universe, apart from Jiren who can feel his own speed, he hasn't met other opponents yet. Next, in the third game, Chinyu from the 6th universe will play against Dispo from the 11th universe. After Vado's words fell, Dispo jumped directly into the ring. Chinyu also fell on the ring. I heard that you are a candidate for the 6th universe, Gods of Destruction. Then let me learn about your strength. Dispo looked confident. Said provocatively to Chinyu. The supersonic warrior of the 11th universe, let me also learn about the speed you are proud of. Chinyu smiled coldly and said, even if Jiren, the strongest warrior of the 11th universe, came here, he didn't pay attention to him at all. Not to mention Dispo. Okay, then I will show you the fastest speed in universe. Dispo grinned suddenly. Cut, that guy looks a lot like Beerus, and it's equally annoying. Champa looked at Dispo, said coldly, oh, isn't Master Champa the same as Master Beerus? He is very similar to Master Beerus, isn't it just like you? Vados joked with a smile. You don't speak, no one treats you as dumb, Vados. Champa glanced at Vados. This guy always likes to make a fool of himself. It's so annoying. Wow, that Dispo in the 11th universe is really similar to Lord Beerus. Son Goku also said with a smile. Shut up Son Goku, that guy is a rabbit. Beerus scolded loudly. I am a cat, a rabbit, how can I be compared with myself? ... At this time, Dispo on the ring was already a little unbearable. Next, feel the first speed in universe. Dispo's body flashed suddenly and disappeared directly into the ring. It is not really disappearing, but through high-speed movement, it is completely impossible for people to see its movements. Okay, so fast, I can't see clearly. The speed of this guy is really incredible. Seeing Dispo's body suddenly disappeared, everyone in the other 3 universes was shocked. Don't worry, although that guy is very fast. But in front of the master, there are some bells and whistles, and they are simply vulnerable. Brawly said very confidently. In the face of real power, this kind of thing is completely useless. What kind of kid, can you see my movements clearly? It seems that there is no way to judge my position, right? Dispo's voice rang in the ring, but it made people unable to determine his exact location. Chinyu didn't move, with his arms folded on his chest. Obviously, Dispo was not taken seriously. But Dispo thought Chinyu was shocked by his speed, so he didn't move. Next, let me get rid of you. Dispo's voice fell, and the speed increased again. Su. This can hear the sound of breaking through the air. Suddenly, Dispo found the right time and appeared directly behind this kind of Chinyu. The body leapt high and dived down. One foot swept down towards Chinyu. This scene seems a bit familiar. Once she had watched an animation of One Punch Man, a Sonic fighter Sonic who thought he was very fast attacked Saitama in this posture. It's just, that guy finally became the paladin. Seeing the scene in front of him, Chinyu actually raised his fist subconsciously. Then he showed a very innocent smile at Dispo. What? Is it possible that the fool has seen my movements clearly? Impossible, absolutely impossible. It's impossible for anyone in this world to keep up with me. Dispo didn't want to believe that this was true. But from Chinyu's innocent smile just now, it can be seen that he did predict his attack route. At this time, it is too late to take back the attack. Puff! Chinyu felt his fist suddenly touched something soft. Then Dispo's face turned directly into purple and black, and his pupils shrank sharply. Call out! Leaning back, he quickly appeared on the edge of the ring. The legs were clamped tightly. His body trembled and his face looked painful. Forehead. This guy's attack seems a bit inferior. Vados, Makarita and the girls looked embarrassed. They never thought that Chinyu would attack like this. It's incredible. 6th, Chinyu from universe is too strong, right? The focus of Son Goku is completely different from theirs. He just thinks that Chinyu is very powerful. Dispo, the Sonic warrior of the 11th universe, was so fast, he could only see afterimages faintly. And Chinyu did not transform at all, and was able to accurately determine Dispo's attack route. This is horrible. Even if he becomes Super Saiyan Blue, he can't do this at all. I have to say, that guy is very strong, and the attack is a bit fierce. Beerus shook his body subconsciously and frowned. Oh, I'm really embarrassed. Your speed was too fast just now, so I didn't hold my hand for a while, was it okay? Seeing Dispo whose painful face turned green, Chinyu asked innocently. You fool. Dispo clamped his legs, his face looked like he was about to eat Chinyu. You said you don't fix some useful things all day long, what do you do with some fancy things? It's not me who is the last to suffer. But think about it, nobody likes something as ugly as you. It's the same thing as if it didn't. Chinyu shrugged, said lightly. You fool, I want to kill you. Dispo was in pain at first, but he was even more annoyed when he heard Chinyu's words. Enduring the severe pain directly, he moved towards Chinyu's attack. Cut, don't know what you can do. Chinyu narrowed his eyes and shot a sharp cold light. Then he stepped straight out and hit Dispo's chest with a heavy punch. After all, he is now the normal state of Super Saiyan God. You know that Chinyu's Super Saiyan God is completely different from Son Goku Vegeta's. Definitely more than them countless times. Bang! Chinyu's chest hit Dispo's chest instantly. Dispo didn't even have time to make a scream, narrowed his eyes, and went into a coma. The body slammed heavily on the audience seat of the 11th universe, and Shishi was directly hit to pieces. Oh, the human being in the 6th universe is really powerful. Makarita looked at Chinyu with interest and said, "That fool who knows nothing about life and death. Is this challenging the authority of gods of destruction?" Gods of destruction. Vermut squinted his eyes tightly, and said in a gloomy tone. "It seems that I have to find a way to teach this nasty fool. That guy is really strong. Dispo is completely vulnerable in front of him. Although I don't want to admit it, maybe his strength is still on me." Jiren didn't come over this time. "The situation is a bit bad," Toppo said with heavy eyes. Although he usually thinks he is great, he can't beat Dispo so easily. But the guy in the 6th universe did it easily. At this time, the staff in Makarita's hand gently waved, and the 11th universe auditorium that had been crushed was restored to its original appearance. In the third match, the winner was Chinyu from the 6th universe. Vado's voice sounded again. Chinyu's body flashed before returning directly to the auditorium. At this time, Gods of Destruction Champa of the 6th universe had a terrifying look. Hey, I said you guys. Isn't it the human being who brought the weakest in their respective universes? How come all of them are so vulnerable? Vermut, I just heard the little rabbit say that he seems to be a sonic warrior. Is the speed that comes to him only so little? It's really impressive. Singing, screaming, Champa laughed at the three triumphantly. At this time, he suddenly discovered that Chinyu didn't seem to be that annoying. At least this time, he allowed himself to make a lot of face in front of Beerus, Quitella, and Wymida. Cut, don't forget the fat pig. What we played just now was only the weakest player in the 7th universe. You will know the overall strength of our 7th universe in a while. Gods of Destruction. Beerus clenched his fists tightly. It is very uncomfortable now. You must know that you have surpassed Champa in all aspects. Unexpectedly, being so humiliated by this guy today is really uncomfortable. Cut, that fellow Champa suddenly seems to be even more annoying than Beerus. Don't you just win 3 games? See if you gave him a good deal. Quitella also pouted her lips, and said with an unhappy expression. ... The battle continued, and time passed by minute by minute. The first round of the game has all ended. Everyone, the first round of the game is over. The top 10 players qualified for promotion are the 6th universe Cafes, the 6th universe Kelvin, the 6th universe Chinyu, the 6th universe Doubled, and the 6th universe Brawly. The 7th universe Son Goku, the 7th universe Vegeta, and the 7th universe Son Gohan. The 11th universe Toppo, the 11th universe Casella. 4th universe, all eliminated. Angel Vado's voice sounded again. Half of the 10 places promoted at this time are the 6th universe. In other words, 6th, the universe has not failed once. In the 7th universe, the 3 of them advanced, and Majin Buu lost the game against Gabe again. Only Toppo and Castler were left in the 11th universe, and it was because Castler met Shusa, the weakest player in the 7th universe. That's why I got the chance to advance. Then next, the 10 players will be drawn again. After Vados finished speaking, everyone returned to the ring again. This time Chinyu drew number 5. Brawly drew number 1. Cafes drew the number 10. Gabe drew the 8th. Kel drew the number 3. The draw is complete. Please fight with player number 1 Cafes and player no. 10 Brawly. After Vados had finished speaking, the others left the ring. Hello, what's the matter? Vados, why will Brawly and Cafes continue to fight? Gods of Destruction. Champa asked a little unhappy. You know, both of them are players in the 6th universe. ... 0. In this case, isn't it cannibalism? And both of them are very strong. Eliminating one is a big loss for the 6th universe. The rules are up to you. I just follow the rules. Vados rolled Champa's eyes and said. Forehead. Champa was speechless. Indeed, such rules of the game were discussed before the four gods of destruction. Unexpectedly, this happened now. But it's okay to think about it, as long as the nasty guy Chinyu is there is no big problem. No matter how strong the players of the other three universes are, it is absolutely impossible to be Chinyu's opponent. Well, if the two players are ready, let's start the game directly. Vados said to the two in the ring. I haven't played against you seriously yet, I just take this opportunity to have a good fight with you today, Brawly. Kafi's said excitedly. As for the person he most wants to challenge, the first is big brother Chinyu, although it's just that the strength gap between them is too big. So big that I don't have the courage to speak challenging words. The second is Brawly. The strength of this guy is also very, very powerful, which can be seen in normal training. It's just that in training, they didn't really play against each other. Today, I can just compare it with him. Okay, then let's have fun. Ah. Ha. Kafi's clenched his fists tightly, pulled a posture, and then a flame-like aura burst out from his body in an instant. The temperature of the entire unknown star seemed to rise suddenly at this moment. Kafis's hair and pupils turned bright red, and he looked a little younger. What? God's breath, what's going on? Quitella and Vermut were the two most shocked to see the scene in front of them. A mere human, even possesses the spirit of God. Are these guys in the sixth universe so perverted? No wonder we lost so badly, the gap between us and the sixth universe is too big. The fourth universe player Xiaoza looked at Kafi's with horror, and said in a low tone. Cut, how did this fool Champa do it at? There are so many powerful guys in his universe all of a sudden, then next time the overall rating of the universe, isn't it going to surpass our fourth universe? Quitella's face was gloomy. The gazes at Chinyu and Kafi's were even more gloomy. Never allow the sixth universe to have such a powerful human existence. Of course, Quitella is not the only one who has this idea. Vermut's eyes grew colder. It's amazing. I didn't expect Saiyan in the sixth universe to become Super Saiyan God. Son Goku was very surprised. Somewhat incredible looking at Kafi's. The reason why he was able to become Super Saiyan God was mainly because of the help of Lord Beerus. If it weren't for his wholehearted desire to find something Super Saiyan God, he wouldn't have thought that there is such a realm of God above Super 3. The strengths of those Saiyans in the sixth universe are more terrifying. What's so strange about reaching the realm of gods? Vegeta said coldly. Then he looked at Chinyu. He thinks that guy is very powerful, and he seems to have a natural suppressive feeling towards himself. This feeling made him very uncomfortable. You think he is the strongest, right, Vegeta? Son Goku saw Vegeta's thoughts and asked with a smile. In fact, he has already felt that every player in the sixth universe is very strong, but the strongest one should still be Chinyu. It's estimated to be difficult to deal with. Vegeta still said coldly. What the hell is going on with that fellow Champa? Why do so many powerful humans suddenly appear in his universe, and all of them are Saiyan? Beerus said with a gloomy expression. If this continues, it is estimated that Son Goku and Vegeta will not be able to compete with the sixth universe at all. I wanted to take this opportunity to humiliate Champa, but now it seems that things are a little bit wrong. I don't know, Lord Beerus. But our seventh universe's trump card is Saiyan, Son Goku and Vegeta, and the sixth universe's trump card is also Saiyan, which is normal. Whis spoke lightly. In fact, he was also very curious what was going on. Because he hadn't heard Vados talk about this a few years ago. It seems that these guys have grown up in recent years. As for why their growth rate is so fast, it is impossible to know. Brawly, you also use your strength to fight. Let me see your true strength. After Kafi's became Super Saiyan God, with a small smile at the corner of his mouth, he said to Brawly. He has always wanted to see how strong Brawly is going all out. It's just that when this guy and Gabe were cultivating, they had never been able to achieve their true strength. Well, since you want to know all my strength, then I will satisfy you. Brawly's arms suddenly shook. Ha ha, a wild roar came from Brawly's throat. At that moment, the entire unknown star instantly turned grass green. Sue sue sue. Brawly's arrogance burst out, surging crazily. And Brawly's pupils turned golden yellow, and her hair turned grass green. Just the breath, the entire unnamed star swayed, and clear cracks appeared in the ring, spreading along the surroundings. Okay, so strong, is this all Broly's power? Although I have become Super Saiyan God, I can clearly feel the gap between me and him zero. The smile on Caphas's face disappeared little by little, finally turned into a look of horror. She has always thought that Broly and Kel are the same, so even if they become Super Saiyan, their strengths should be similar. But now it seems that Kelly and Broly are not on the same level at all. At this time, seeing Broly's transformation, and feeling the incomparably majestic breath, the four gods of destruction including Champa were shocked. His face was quite solemn. I thought that after Caphas became Super Saiyan just now, he was already good enough. But I didn't expect this Broly to be more powerful. What kind of monsters did the sixth universe give birth to? Vermut's face became more and more ugly. This Broly's strength definitely surpasses the general gods of destruction's strength. What is certain is that he is definitely much stronger than gods of destruction Champa. Maybe he is not his opponent either. I have only seen Jiren so powerful among humans, but I didn't expect that the sixth universe would also have this kind of humans. But, what happened to the sixth universe? How come it hasn't been seen for decades? There will be so many powerful humans in their universe. Beerus' brows were also quite solemn. If this continues, Champa's universe will not be crushed to death in the future. This is all my strength, Caphas. Next I will go all out. After Broly became Super Saiyan at full power, he spoke to Caphas. I have to say that you are much stronger than me, but it also makes me very excited. Let the horse come here. Caphas smiled, with a look of excitement on his face. As Saiyan, there is only excitement at this time, the blood in the body is boiling. Call out. The next second, Broly's body flashed out. The speed is very fast, even the four gods of destruction are shocked again. Broly arrived in front of Caphas almost instantly, and then blasted a punch. So fast, I can't see clearly. Caphas' face changed suddenly, and he could only feel a very dangerous feeling. Then hurriedly set up his arms to block at the fastest speed. Bang! Broly's fists fell heavily on Caphas's arms. At that moment, Caphas felt like a planet, hitting his arm directly, venting his vast power instantly. There is absolutely no ability to resist. Call out. Caphas's body directly retreated, his feet rubbed the ground and slid a distance of several tens of feet, and the ground was pulled out by two long traces. The body has been stopped on the edge of the ring. What a strong power, Broly is really hidden. Caphas was shaking his hands, but his eyes were still very excited. He didn't expect Broly to be so powerful. With just a punch, he couldn't lift both arms at this moment. And he could clearly feel that Broly, this guy must be thinking about his mood, so he didn't go all out. Otherwise, this fist would be enough to hurt yourself seriously. That Broly is too strong, right? It's incredible, that is, Caphas, who has become Super Saiyan God is so vulnerable in front of Broly. Son Goku and Vegeta were completely shocked. They all know that the power of Super Saiyan God can be said to be quite powerful. Unexpectedly, that Broly only passed a transformation, and has not yet become the realm of gods. You can completely defeat Super Saiyan God Caphas with one punch. What kind of monsters are these guys? We have no chance of winning at all, Kakarot. Vegeta frowned and said disappointedly. I thought that other universe players would be vulnerable at all. But now it seems that the players in the sixth universe are too strong. It is estimated that the 5 of them may not be able to beat that Broly. Ah, it's true Vegeta, we don't have any chance of winning. But seeing such a powerful guy, I feel the blood in my body is boiling. If I can't fight them, it would be a shame. Although Son Goku is also very clear about the gap between them and Broly. But the bigger the gap, the more he wants to compete with Broly and feel Broly's strength. Cut, I really don't know what you think. Vegeta curled his lips. He didn't want to meet Broly in the fight. And at this time in the ring. Well, I choose to proactively admit defeat. You guy has hidden deep enough, and his strength has reached such a level. Caphas shook his arm, still numb. There is no way to continue the battle at all. Then he smiled relievedly at Broly and said. After speaking, his body jumped directly off the ring. Now that I have been defeated by Broly, I will leave the next battle to Broly. Broly also jumped straight out of the ring. Then the first game of the second round, Broly won. Then in the second game of the second round, the 7th universe Vegeta will play against the 11th universe Castler. Vado's voice sounded again. Come on, Vegeta, the guy in the 11th universe is not very strong, this game must be won. Beerus said to Vegeta. Maybe those guys in the 6th universe are really strong, especially those Chinyu and Broly. But those in the 11th universe, none of them seem to be very strong. The relationship between myself and Waimai is very ordinary, so even if I lose to Champa in the end, I have to win Vermut. I see, I don't care about that kind of guy. Vegeta turned around and said arrogantly, and then jumped directly into the ring. Castler of the 11th universe also entered the ring. I advise you to take the initiative to surrender. With your strength, it is not my opponent at all. Vegeta looked at Castler with disdain, and said lightly. To be honest, among these people who have advanced, this guy in the 11th universe is the weakest. Ha, you want me to surrender, you think too much. Castler also said coldly. Since you are so uninterested, then I will send you down. After Vegeta's voice fell, his arms suddenly burst. The golden arrogance burst out from the contact body. Then it directly changed into the form of Super Saiyan 2. Because it would consume too much energy to become Super Saiyan Blue. And the guy in front of him, he became Super Saiyan 2 enough to deal with. Justice Bomber. Without a word, Castler directly used his strongest attack. The energy ball continuously condenses from the palm, and then shoots towards Vegeta. Vegeta did not evade at all, but instead used his fists to smash all the energy balls. Cut. A boring fight. Vegeta gave a cold snort, and then his body disappeared out of thin air with a flash. When he reappeared, he was already behind Castler. Ultimate. Flash. The energy ball condenses directly behind Castler. Castler, who had not fully reacted yet, was directly pushed out of the bounds by the energy wave. Casella is out of bounds. The winner of this game is the 7th universe Vegeta player. Vado's voice rang in due course. Vegeta jumped and returned to his auditorium. Casella also looked embarrassed and returned to the audience of the 11th universe. I'm so sorry, Master Vermut, I lost the game. Casella said with an embarrassed expression. Now that I lost the game, the 11th universe gave birth to Captain Toppo. It is very difficult to win the final game. And those guys who haven't been eliminated now, it seems that every one of them is very powerful. Cut. What a shame. Vermut clenched his fists tightly. The clown face is very ugly. He originally thought that as long as he brought the Pride team over, he would definitely be able to suppress other universes. Unexpectedly, in addition to the 4th universe, the 7th and 6th universes are so powerful. Yo Vermut, don't you usually call you an advanced universe? Is the overall human level of your universe so low? After Vegeta won, Beerus sneered. Cut. It's just that I won a game, and I'm so overwhelmed. Vermut clenched his fists tightly. Anger. Very angry. But now is not the time to go crazy. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.